topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels or microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast. Let's go. This is all right. Body, yeah, yeah. Damn. This is all right. I like that song right there, man. Body, yeah, yeah. You heard that song, AD?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, if y'all coming in for the first time, welcome to the Pillar. Welcome to the Pillar Crease. I said that wrong, and I was trying to get it in too.
Pillar Crease?
Yeah, Pillar Crease. This is the Podcraft. All right, welcome to the Killah Priest Podcraft. I am your host, Brother Glow, also known as Killah Priest, and running the rocket is none other than A Dizzle.
Peace. What's good? Welcome back. It's gonna be a wild show. You already know. Let's go.
This how I rock.
Hey.
Body, yeah, body, yeah. Yeah. Do people still do that? Whenever at the fight?
Yeah.
What you want?
What you want? Hands go
That's like
up.
a dance, like a dance thing. Oh man, I'm having a good time today. Shout out to everyone. Oh, shout out to the Podcraft. We on that. Yeah, that's how we gonna do it, man. Shout out to the Podcraft and the craft room. We have. Let's see who we got up in the building. Oh, shout out to our what we call it, craftsmen.
Mm-hmm.
I see the Oracle up in the building. Shout out to Coach Kadaka in the building. Everybody's laughing. 2 eyes, I don't see. Shout out to Voltage. Let me see. Triple JC, what up? Yeah, this is how we're at. Body, yeah. Body, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. All right, today we're gonna get busy, man. It's gonna be a good Podcraft today. We had I don't know if he's gonna come by, but I was with him last night. We have a Virgo in the building. Shout out to Capadonna. Capadonna came through the crib last night. You see him, AD? Capadonna.
I saw him in the background in your spot.
Always a good brother.
Yeah.
Always on, yo, man, listen, man, that brother's a good brother. Yo, you know, lyrics just be falling out. The brother just be like in the zone. And it's a beautiful thing, man. I also...
Did y'all record?
Oh, of course.
Yo, that's crazy.
But of course, yeah, we did. I see y'all in the building, man. We're gonna talk, get real today, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Elliot says Sam Smith. Action about mommy, body shop, body yeah. This is how I rock. Yeah, that you can play that because it's like old school. It's this is how I rock. Body yeah. It's good, man. That's something to say. I call my baby on the phone. Got to leave a message just to let her know that if she feels alone, to dial my heart. And if by chance you're not at home, you can reach me, baby, by the nearest pay phone. I gotta cross my fingers, pray you know. Down my heart, down my heart. I love that song. That's the hook. How many of y'all know about that song? Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have fun today, man. Shout out to Solomon, Coach Solomon. He ain't here today. Word. Just me and you, AD. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Oh, I remember that one.
Remember that? Bam, 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 bam. Love them 80s joints. Bam, 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 bam. How y'all feeling out there today? Some retrograde weird stuff going on.
Well, we got nothing in retrograde, so we can't even blame the planets no more.
Nah, we can bring technology.
Yeah.
It's all your fault. You did it. You did this. Every now and then, knowledge comes in from the atmosphere, from the universe. And we get this type of creation vibe going on. We lock in and we start to create. And every now and then we communicate. We translate, reciprocate. I won't say that. And we lock into each other. We get some type of form. Then they come up with, tell us, well, I want to say telescope because that's the first thing. We had to say, what's out there in that great, vast universe? The person just laid down and he's doing great stoppage. He's not moving anymore. The body starts to rock, begin to stink. You're like, damn, what's this? Then they discovered that this person won't be here. He's not there. There's a higher form of him that's going into, or her, going into the essence that it's not moving anymore. I'm talking about paleo. Am I going too deep?
No,
well,
you're
I'm
good.
just going back. I'm feeling good.
There is no deep.
Hey, that's
What
I'm talking about.
There is no too deep.
Not on this show.
Not on this show.
A lot of people, oh, Priest, you're going too deep. You're going way out there, brother. I didn't even go in yet. Call my baby on a telephone. I'm going to get some messages.
Yeah.
Okay. We got somebody in the Zoom.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Been in the back.
All right.
Better, yeah. Buddy, yeah.
I'm about to get the karaoke version of that for you.
Yeah. Jam. He said, damn. Yeah. So here we at, yo. Yeah, come on in. Who we got? It's going to be very beautiful. Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go in. This is, Ben Frank says, the Podcraft is the greatest. You know, man, I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them. Can we get in trouble for that?
No, not at all.
Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a. We used to sing. That was the black version of the national anthem. To make it easy. Oh, it's how rock. Yada yada yada. Hey, yeah. The great Napah Shadah in the building. Oh, it's always a pleasure.
Peace
It's
to
always a pleasure.
Killah Priest and to ADN to the Podcraft.
Hey, peace. I want to say peace to you.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. How are you doing
What I
today?
missed?
Nah, we just getting started. Sound rock. Have you heard that song?
Of course.
Bada yada yada.
Isn't that Megan the Stallion?
Now that's Little Uzi Vert.
Oh yeah, my children like him.
Hey.
Didn't he do like a very expensive, rare, like a diamond in his forehead and almost die from it or something?
Exactly. Yeah, you're
Wait,
right about that.
what?
Shout out to. Oh, you didn't know about that?
Nah.
It's always important to have the jewels inside your head.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Take that bomb. Yes. Am I coming in clear, AD?
Yeah, you are. I'm still setting up some background things, but
Looking at my Gucci is about
good.
that time.
They're my earrings. I have on my African
Looking at my
earrings
Gucci.
today. I love these.
Let me
These
see.
little hand-painted earrings for the sisters who are into the ethnic
It's beautiful. Yeah.
wardrobe, garb,
Oh, wow.
ethnic stuff. And isn't it Black History Month? I know that some people say every month is Black History Month, but isn't this officially Black History Month?
That's correct. Definitely right. Yes. We got a lot to talk about and unfold. We have a lot to get into. It is Black History Month. You know, I'm black and 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 I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black and I'm black.
Black and I'm black, y'all. And there's a lot of turmoil with Black relationships, Black love.
Oh, really? That
Yeah,
is
they be going in on each other.
right. Yeah. That is deep. That's a part of what I want to talk about. Yeah, exactly. Turmoils, Black love. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a significant other. Did I say it right? It could be co-workers.
Right.
It could be people that you thought were friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones you can depend on. Let's be friends.
Friends. That's Houdini. Shout out to Houdini. See, I mean, any chance I can get to flex that I know some rap, I'm gonna do it. So
exactly.
I'm like, that's Houdini.
Hey.
Like Family Feud, try to do it before you say it.
That just means you know your music. That is beautiful.
Are we okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's on point. It could be lover, your mama, your papa, your daddy, your sister, your brother. It could be your husband. It could be your wife. It could be anybody. Coworker. And unfortunately, the planet that we live on to now, they push. And I was talking about to some of my people earlier. They push narcissism and this big exposure that's coming out now. They have to get more introvert, more. They do more schemes now, turn around because they have no good intentions for you.
No.
If you're with someone who's not really pushing you and not trying to be about what you're about, get rid of them. That's it. Somebody says, "Oh, wait, that's hard." Yeah, but look, it's a disorder. We're talking about when a person is pretending, because that's what they do. A lot of people pretend. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking to the craft room. When people they say they have your back, right? And then when the goings get tough, and then let's talk about belittling too. Because a lot of things that you might have in your mind that you're doing, you might be writing a book, you might be trying something, they belittle it. They make it seem like it's not good enough.
Yeah, it's insignificant.
Right. And they put you down in a lot of things. This is done intentionally. It's to get you off your A game because they don't want you to remember who you are. Because when you remember who you are, give myself a bomb. You're a shining star. That's the whole key. Always remembering who you are and who you were before you even got there.
Right.
They don't.
Keep going. I love it.
I'm just speaking now. Speak out.
Speaking to the spirit. Keep going. I'm just, when you hear me ad-libbing, that's like the preacher preaching and you're like, amen.
Hey.
You don't have to stop. Go on.
And it's to throw you off your course. And it's very important that we remember, and I would say remember who you was before you got there, because the whole thing is to make you forget who you were so you could be in their world. And they're not very smart people because they're so caught up into their own self that they don't really look out at anybody else. You could be a genuine person, just really genuine and really love that person, or really sharing your thoughts with that person. And this happened in groups and teams and things like that. That's what the term, there's no I in team. Mm-hmm. And they try to make you feel guilty for you going out and doing your thing and making your moves, and they just hate, because they got that hate. They woke up in the morning. Let's talk to him, priest. Where's my preaching rag? I don't want to go.
Come on.
They woke up in the morning in that same vibration because they was in that vibration before they start. There's a lot of haters in the music industry.
Priest, I gotta keep flowing. I gotta grab a scripture for you. You asked me to get scripture, so
hey,
where they lay on their bed and devise wickedness. Keep going.
Oh man, if y'all don't know, Napah Shadah is very sharp with the scriptures. I need you to pull one out on AD.
No, he's good.
Now, AD, you guilty of being just too cool, brother.
Can I get it for you? Can I read it? Micah chapter 2, verse 1.
Okay.
You don't have to believe in the Bible for words of wisdom to resonate with you. There's Confucianism, there's Buddhism, there's, you know what I'm saying? Hey. So this is the disclaimer. Okay, Micah chapter 2, verse 1, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. That's just what you just said. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. That is just what you were just saying. They lay there thinking, damn, what can I do? What kind of evil can I do to this person? They're lying in bed with that.
Wow. It sounds like somebody you may know. You're scared to say the name. Starts with an L. Somebody might call them, start with an S sometime. You might say the name is D, Lucifer, Satan, devil. You know what I'm saying? Somebody would say, I think, I mean, this is my personal thing. Somebody said, boom. Oh, you on it. Jason said, queen. Let's come through. Well, devil just means deceiver.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And it's to deceive you and throw you off of your game once you're on it. And that can lie within you. You know what I'm saying? So it's two balance. You have to balance that out side by side. See the scales? I didn't ever see myself like this, AD. I've been losing weight, huh?
I was thinking that. You're looking pretty fit over there. What's going on?
Bike riding.
That's awesome.
Don't forget all that coffee, too.
Oh, you just gonna throw me under the...
Well, it's good.
You gonna throw me under the coffee pot like that?
That's a good thing, too.
Yeah.
Coffee's good for you.
Thank you for that.
Get that coffee.
That's right. No, you're right on that.
Mm-hmm.
I drink a lot of water because that's what all coffee is black water. With a bean in it, with a couple of caffeine. And you can do green tea, matcha. Matcha is the way. I'm a matcha man. And green tea, make sure you get plenty of liquid. It's the universal. And see, what you eat, what you put in your body will help you against the narcissism.
True.
They get up and eat. You think they eat steak, chopped liver. I'm sorry, the great Napah in the building. How are you feeling today? We're gonna go in. I like that scripture you pulled.
It's an honor. I kind of stopped your flow, but I just wanted to throw that in. Mm-hmm. You were saying they lay in their beds, you know, you were talking. I want you to pick back up where you were. You said they just plan it out. How can I get this person back under my control? How can I make sure? It's called gaslighting also.
That's the term.
That's a common term. And, you know, it's really detrimental to be in a relationship with, and when I say relationship, like Priest said, it could be a family member, a parent, a cousin, an aunt, someone you interact with, someone who you will rest assured that they have their hooks in your life. They somehow have their hooks in your life. And by the time you notice that they've got control and you're trying to get your life back into control, they start to ramp it up or amp it up. It's like, what's that creature? The more you fight the crocodile. The more you fight to get loose from the jaws tighten.
Shark.
So I'll hand it back over to you. You were talking about them just working day and night, like Michael Jackson says, mm-hmm. to keep that control.
Yeah, designed. Because it's a disorder. And you know what? They did study on these cases. I mean, they went back, the scientists did, there's a percentage. They did study on these cases, and they can't be, unless they take full accountability. And that requires them looking at themselves. This is coming into righteous. So they can't give you that power. You know, well, it's always a contest. Now, and this is, at the end of the day, this is to help those that's out there in the craft room, because some of you have these people in your life. It could be a boss, it could be, and you have to know how to deal, because we deal with people every day. And sometimes they can weave, right? Get all the way into your life. Shout out to fellow B. Lock up in there. Once they think they got you, it's to pull you out. And it's a disorder. It's not right. But unfortunately, this is where we at. So we have to build up ourselves, get back to who we were before we even met them people. And I'll say them people too. Got to make a distinction, man. This is real. I mean, you could, hey, the Chiefs are playing the Eagles. It's a battle. But make no mistakes.
Shout out to the Chiefs. You know that's
The
your
Chiefs.
team.
Hey, the Chiefs is the Eagles are here to stop them. Just like your opponent, because they make yourself, you might genuinely love that person, but the way that they think, you're trying to make sense out of someone that's psychotically crazy. You can't do that. Am I talking? Said Priest is a beast. Thank you, Jason. Oh, we're going to go in. Someone said, we never talked about this subject too much on this, right, AD?
Bro.
All right, you can read that. We got a super chat.
Fella B says, Queen Napah, you look absolutely beautiful. And thank you, Killah Priest and AD, and the chat room rocks.
Hey.
Shout out to Fella B.
Right.
I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. You know what? You have such a nice, wonderful, beautiful audience. I had to take a phone call. I had one of Killah Priest's fans call me.
Oh, wow.
And they said, oh my God, is that you on Killah Priest Podcraft?
Wow.
And I said, no, that's not me. Anyway, go on. I was listening though.
Right. So it's good to be aware where you at and who you're dealing with, because you were great before you even met that person. I'm just here to help those that are going through situations. I myself, shout out to my man Just Jay, I myself, and as many others have, or going through or went through this type of situation. And they all play all type of games. And you can pull a Bible, the scripture, whenever you feel like it, Nepal, which is good because it adds up. Because it relates, because they didn't have a name for it back then. They just called them devils. Or your actions. You know, Judas, there were certain characters in there.
Wow, he's a high-level narc.
Ooh,
you know,
Judas.
before you get into the scriptures,
Right.
Priest, if you don't mind, I'd just like to read something from the DSM. It's the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. So this is an actual mental disorder.
I like that.
It's very much related to psychopathy.
Okay.
You know, you hear about psychopaths and you think, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer, you think Michael Myers, the fictional character, but no, there's more psychopathy than you would think in the mainstream society.
Right.
So many of these psychopaths, which are narcissists, they fit into society well because they're like chameleons. They are psychopathic often. So what I'm saying is they really can't feel. And this is scientific. This isn't something that's just off the top of my head. This is psychology. What happens is in early age, they don't securely attach. Mm-hmm. And then they receive a lot of severe trauma, sadly. So that's where the compassion comes in for those who, but be careful, don't be too compassionate. For according to the narceologist, the head narceologist, Killah Priest, that's where a lot of us go wrong. We end up becoming compassionate for narcissists. But anyway, I digress. I just wanted to mention that in the DSM-5, narcissism is an actual mental disorder. Narcissist personality disorder is NPD, and it is a personality disorder with long-term pattern of abnormal behavior characterized by exaggerated feelings of self-importance and an excessive need for admiration and a lack of empathy. That's the problem right there.
Right.
So
major.
Just jumping in to throw on some science to let everybody know, the problem is everybody wants to be adored. I want to be adored. You want to be adored. Right. But when you don't have any empathy, you don't care about anyone else, you're apathetic,
right?
Then you become toxic. So anyway,
right.
I'm gonna throw that out there. Thank you for letting me do that.
Right. And you said the right thing about gaslighting, because the whole thing of them, it's called supply. They want to make you feel like you're the bad one, like you're crazy. Mm-hmm. They want to make you feel like it's all your fault, you know, and they want to make you feel unbalanced because they feel unbalanced. A lot of y'all seek revenge. they're already destroyed inside. They want to make you feel how they feel, confused. They wake up, they wake up confused. They wake up seeking who they may destroy. Like you said, the scripture you said. It's very good.
You know I got to grab the roaring lion one. Why every time?
Okay.
Go ahead. You want this again, everybody? I'm not trying to interrupt, Priest. He asked me to grab scriptures.
That's right.
Who he wants to destroy, that's a scripture. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, that could just be a narc. It doesn't have to be the spiritual devil.
Right.
As a roaring lion walketh about, seeking to whom he may devour."
Right.
So there you go.
And let's look at the attributes and the way a lion moves. You ever seen a lion? They stalk their prey.
Right.
And they're very cunning, you know what I'm saying? Because they have to get the animal. They can't let you see them coming or they don't eat.
Whenever
hide in the bush. They set up the whole grass. Well, you know, the poor little buffalo, I don't want to say that. I know they have to eat. Everybody have to eat. Buffalo they're eating grass and they blend in with their inhabitant. See, a lot of them will blend in. They'll do that. They'll blend in, they'll play it off like they real cool, and you'll see them get cool sometime. And that's just to get to know what you're doing and what you're about. Pardon me. Let me put this down. I'm about to cook up. Shout out to Just J. Just J hit me up. About to cook up. Man, Lord, I ain't want to be up here preaching, but Brother Glow is in the building today. Whoa, I got whoa. This is how I rock. You know what I mean? But yeah, so yeah, like a lion. So they stay out to kill you and to destroy and defame you. And a lot of us, because we think rational, and we can't think about this from the rational mind. We try to sympathize, maybe try to, but their ways are movable. They switch up because they feel destroyed in the first place. So you don't have to do anything. Sometimes you don't have to fight. You don't have to do anything. They're cowards. And I'm calling them like that. Cowards, because they like to hide and do things behind the fact. We got a super chat real quick. Let's read that so we can get into this. We're about to cook today. I like Napah for the meal to be to put the ingredients in and show them what kind of ingredients that's in there before we put it in the oven, and let them know that when we add garlic is good for the blood, and beets, we might cut up some of that. So we take our time and we put it in real slow, and so it could come out right. We had a super chat. Let's read it, AD.
Cap Jones says it's about staying positive and letting go of people who are addicted to negativity and drama. We are here to give light and shine. That's why I love this craft. Peace, y'all.
Hey.
Beautiful. Wow.
Every time I hit this sound like...
That is a theatrical boom.
Looking at what Gucci is about that time. I know.
It's supposed to be the beginning of a trailer.
You know what's beautiful? I love the balance. Your audience, it's like there's a symphony going on in the frequency that, you know, everything is sound, and the energy that he gave, or whoever she was, whoever did the super chat just now. That was beautiful. That ad was just right on time.
That's right. The collective is always good that we put this together, because there's a lot of people that's going out and then they do things in secret. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, the person that's around you that's just doing things and they don't want no one else to know what they're doing. They might give you a little call late at night and they downplay everything that you do that's good.
Yeah.
Get away from that person. That person has no good intentions for you. And they a narc. When you see them, you run.
And they never come rugged. They always come sweet. Ooh, that's another scripture. Tell us smooth things. It's like they always come smooth, and you as a normal person, you're receptive to smooth and sweet.
Right.
But Don't
Right.
let that get. What does it say? Sweet. It was sweet on the lips, Lord, but it was sour in my stomach.
D and D.
AD, are you getting? AD's like, I need some astrology right now. Let me get it.
No, I like where you're going because anytime you bring up food, I'm right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could relate to all the cooking stuff and the food stuff, the garlic stuff. I'm like, yeah.
I love it.
Because, you know, as a DJ, I'm already mixing it on the tables, but in the kitchen, I'm also mixing it on the stove.
Oh, he's a DJ and he's a culinary DJ.
Well, you know, the basics, but yeah.
No, what do we call it? Not a disc. It wouldn't be a disc jockey. It would be a skillet jockey.
Yeah.
So be like an SJ.
Yeah,
Or
like
in my
skillet
case, the George Foreman grill.
Uh-huh.
Oh, don't sleep on the George Foreman grill.
As a skillet.
Do you have the big one?
I got the medium-sized one because I'm a medium-sized dude.
No, I got like the 40 burgers one. Like,
oh, damn.
Takes up a whole countertop.
Oh, you doing steaks on yours?
Yeah, you could do, well, you know, I don't really do steaks on mine because I do my steaks on the grill.
Yeah.
But the real grill. But, you know, chicken breasts.
Oh, hold on. Is that a shot at George Foreman? The real grill?
Well, you want to do the
You
steaks
talk
on the cast iron skillet if you're gonna do steaks. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
you got a tip.
Yes, that is true. AD, are you trying to tell me you know the science?
Yeah,
You
I
hit it on one side, the other side, then throw it in the oven and let it just caramelize.
Yeah, you got to do the sear, and then put it in there. I do medium rare, so it ain't in there for that long.
Oh.
See, I gotta get Priest. Priest, you said you don't eat beef, so Priest is out there like a what? What are they talking about?
No, I do know. Let me say this on the record: that beef is the best tasting meat. If you're gonna eat meat, beef is the best tasting. I'll say that. I don't eat
I
it,
think
but
lamb is the best for me.
a lamb.
Yeah. Oh, I love lamb. But you know what I noticed about lamb? Lamb is like, what? You see? You remixing it? Go ahead. You're a musical genius.
Oh, thank you. I'm just saying. Now, what you say? What's about lamb? Because we can go.
It doesn't taste as gamey as it used to. I'm talking about this GMO. I know we're talking about narcs, and I don't want to go away from that, but I need to talk about Codex Alimentarius. It's one of my, you know, I want to say my forte as far as the research on the food with Codex Alimentarius. Like the food is not like it used to be. And lamb just recently, I'm going to say since the pandemic, right before, it started tasting really beefy more than gamey. Like, goat is very gamey.
Right.
Turkey is gamey.
Right.
Buffalo is gamey. Venison is gamey, but lamb isn't gamey anymore. It's got that. Anybody out there who knows lamb knows what I'm talking about? Anybody who can relate? Anyway, so I just want to throw that out there. And that was brought to you by the hungry people on the podcast.
Now, we do that all the time. I love to eat. Let me tell you. I love food. I love it. I love eating. And I live to eat. Yeah, I'm a foodist. I like tea. I like tea tea and, drinking and eating, stuff like that. I'm a tea brew Israelite, and I'm also a foodist. Fooder. Yeah.
That's spiritual, though. It's all spiritual. Eating is spiritual. You see in the scriptures where it says, when you sit down with someone to eat, it's very serious. Just sitting with someone at a table and eating with them. You know how we're so industrialized. We sit down in cafeterias and we eat with people that we don't even know. That's really not a good practice. When you eat with someone, you're making a spiritual connection. That's eating and reproducing are the two acts that are, all spirituality is based on eating and sex. Everyone. Even if they're abstaining, the abstinence is the abstaining from what is the essence of life, longevity. And anyway, I'm going in. You're like, can I get back to my narcissism?
No. Please. No, I like that. I segue. Listen, you're right about that, because there's something when you eat and sex has something good. You can even mix. They even make fruit look like sex sometimes. Remember the old school videos? And stuff like that. They'll have you'll have the banana or the
The
cube.
bell pepper, though.
The
What
bell
about the
pepper.
bell pepper with the shape?
Oh yeah, the booty. Yeah,
And then
I
and
love
the
the bell
orange
pepper. I
looking,
cut it
the
in half
orange
just to
looking
look at
like
it
a
sometimes.
vulva.
Huh?
The orange looking like, excuse me, to anyone who's offended with the anatomy of women.
Right.
But the vulva is represented in like raspberries, even in not just fruit, mussels. There's a lot of sexual energy in eating, and there's a lot of eating energy in sex.
Richard Genetics is correct. He said peaches and cream. Somebody said whipped cream. Exactly. Let it whip.
Okay, y'all are getting a little.
No, serious.
I love your audience.
Yeah, I think it was like yes, it was a while ago. Go ahead, you can play it. I'll go in. It was a while ago when it was a skit that from the Richard Pryor show, and Richard Pryor was eating, I forgot her name, with another comedian, and they were just eating all this fruit, and they were like putting it all. At the end, they were like making. They end up making love after they were eating all of this fruit and stuff like that. And they were like putting it all over their bodies and stuff like that. So,
right, it's an aphrodisiac. Anything is an aphrodisiac. But people say, oh, well, there's certain foods that are. But in essence, that's why when you go on a date, you go usually eat, putting things into your consuming. So sex is a consuming fire. Eating is a consuming fire.
Hey.
You take it.
Look what you just said. Going out on a date, which is a fruit.
Bomb.
And we add.
I'm gonna get my soundboard. You want me to get mine? It's cheesy, but I'm gonna get mine. I'm turning my camera off, but you can still hear me.
No, yeah, bring it in. Bring it in. Somebody say karma.
But if you are going on a date, you may want to go low on the starches.
Oh, why's that?
Take it easy on the rice. Yeah. Take it easy on the beans. Take it easy on, well, the garlic can kind of help sometimes, but you just want to keep the starches low because that'll kill your mood later.
You want to be starching something?
You can have a little bit of rice, a little bit of bread, you know what I mean? But you don't want too many. You don't want to go crazy on like a big old spaghetti pasta meal.
No.
It'll kill you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's just like you.
Yeah, if you go on a date, you just want to keep it light. You know what I'm saying? Some protein.
Cupcakes.
For the girl, if she wants cupcakes, you can let her have all the cupcakes she wants. But as a dude, I would stay away from pastries.
What should we eat on a date? Like
the dude or the guy or the girl?
The guy.
The guy. Yeah. So some water.
Drink
some
water.
Protein, any kind of protein would be fine. Whether you have beef or chicken or whatever protein is fine.
I'll take a steak.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then maybe some fruit, like some berries.
Bring some berries.
Yeah, some good shellfish if you like shellfish.
Yeah, fruit.
She killed
the fish.
Yeah,
she's right about that.
She nailed
if you know you're getting down later, some oysters.
Oysters, yeah.
As if you know you're gonna get down.
It's appropriate for Valentine's Day for people who do.
Oh, that's right.
That.
Oh yeah. Since we did Valentine's Day, I like how this, and it's not Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day. It's for some of you brothers and sisters out there that be fighting all the damn time.
And it's not Valentine's, but I love to say Valentine.
Oh yeah.
It's Valentine.
Somebody said Aurora said Friday's Napah. Hey, Napah, you becoming a star over here. You already a star.
As long as I get the love, I don't have to even. You know what? I don't have to be a star to be in your show, y'all. Okay.
Hey.
You know the song. Sing it, Priest. You know it.
You don't have to be a star, baby, to be. Who was that? Captain Janelle?
That's no, that was actually off of Good Times. Michael and Thelma sang it, so I don't know where else it was. You don't have to be a star, baby, to be in my show. Oh, my voice cracked. But yeah, let's find it.
That voice.
Let's find out who it was. But anyway, back to the food and Valentine's Day.
Someone said some good stuff up in there. Someone said egg whites. How about a date having egg whites? It's a little weird, right?
No, I wouldn't say egg white. Do you want
get some egg whites?
You want the yolk. You want the yolk of the egg because that's the cholesterol that you're going to need.
I've been hearing that. It switched back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
No, egg whites wouldn't be. anything spectacular. You want egg yolk to get that cholesterol to boost that testosterone. If it's a dude, if it's a girl, she can have whatever she wants.
How about some chocolate?
Yeah, for that magnesium. But you don't want to go too crazy on the chocolate because it might have like soy lecithin in it or something. But
and then you be shaking your head like, yo,
chocolate covered strawberries.
Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis, her and her husband.
Who is it?
Marilyn McCoo, and she also sings "Don't You the song that Jasmine Sullivan redid, "Feelings."
Oh, you're showing us your voice range.
I always sing on my channel,
and you
though.
can sing, but you can.
Channel.
Everyone loving it, and you can sing. We got a song we did together. It's beautiful, man. I love it. I love it. Huh?
Gotta send me the stems.
I gotta sing you the stems.
We gotta get our album cover.
Hey, let me give a.
You gotta let AD know what your idea was. It's so good.
Oh man, as they come in the building, oh yeah, exactly. I don't want to reveal that yet, but that's definitely a good one right there. It's definitely a good one. Somebody said a gallon of water, shots of rum. Yeah, that's gangster. If you're gonna do that, you do a little shot of rum. I don't know what gets you in the mood. Someone said, "Oh, Fila, they loving your voice, by the way, Napah."
Thank you. I'm just testing out my lame soundboard. It's not like yours.
Hey, let me hear what you got. We're gonna get back. Oh man, see, I love it like this.
You want to hear mine? Wait, can you hear it at all? AD, I think you said you couldn't hear it last time. Listen.
Yeah, it's coming in through the mic though.
I know what's up with that.
You would have to connect it into your computer, and you would be able to.
I turned it off because I never know how to use it. See, so am I okay with my mic? I turned it off. Let's get back to the dismal, the grim, sad information about the.
Nah, we are. We're not here.
I can't hear you guys.
You can't hear us?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You know what it is? Our energy is so vibing high, and you have such an awesome audience. Like they're like, okay, yeah, we want to know about the narcs, but we start talking about food and love making and God and spirituality.
That's right.
You know, that's our natural vibration.
That's right. You have to take those walks. You have to be able to take those walks through the park. When you look at nature itself, it's sexual. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the bees, then they make the stories of the birds and the bees when you're walking around and you see the bees going into the flower. You know, that's an exchange. I'll give you something and you give me something. And the flower is a gigantic sexual organ. We grown, right? It is.
Right.
Attract the bees.
Yes. Reproduction. Shout out to Greece too.
Yeah.
You know, reproduction. How come nobody liked Grease Part 2, but everybody loved Grease 1?
Huh? What was that question?
That's where Michelle Pfeiffer got her start, Grease Part 2.
Oh, in Greece?
You Grease Part 2. They talk about reproduction with the plants. Indeed.
That's right. That's right.
You're right. The bee is a representation of the male energy, and the flower is a female energy.
Right. I mean, we all grown. I mean, come on. Now, if we was Pornhub, everybody be like, yeah, y'all know about that Pornhub.
Oh,
That's to take the natural mind. What we talking about, reproduction and love making and eating. And we do it on a positive note, but they do it on a grander scale and make it perverted to get our minds out and distract us from our focus point. Because when you do it in a nice vibration and you're on point, it's otherworldly. And then you can receive things. Oh, where am I going out with this preacher?
Go in.
Well, I'm going out with this today, Lord. Said the preacher. But you can be on. You can now. Serious. It's a level of connection. Having a connection. That's what the thing is. Always have a connection. A good connection makes everything right. And when you connect it back to nature, to yourself. When you connected, you confident in yourself. I mean, we have a beautiful woman up here. Napah, no connection.
Where is she? What beautiful woman? Who? Come on in.
No, when there's a guy with confidence, you know what I'm saying? Look at the
oh, we need Coach Solomon for this one.
Yes,
wait a minute, I take that back. You saw the fruit, so let's hear from the tree. Go ahead.
Oh wow, I like the way that was very prolific the way you put that. Yeah, that's right. So that connection in food and love making food and love making and also a vibing out. The mood is everything. Then creation starts. You can create, you can write, you can play music. I mean, they showed you time. When you go back to cartoons, my man Tom, even Tom and Jerry, remember he used to, I love you. Even what's the dude? Penelope. What was the skunk name? Pepe Le
Pew.
Yeah.
He's 86. They banned him.
What?
He's canceled.
They canceled him?
Yeah, they canceled Pepe Le Pew.
Well, was it because he was French?
No. It's because he was sexually harassing her.
Oh.
He was a little, but
because no means no. You understand? But, look at the gorilla. Shout out to the gorilla. Look at him going in on that banana.
Oh, yeah. You see a different loop part of that background than they do.
Oh, wow.
They're seeing a sailboat and you're seeing the gorilla.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's one of my favorite animals. But go on, Pepe Le Pew, you were saying?
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on.
Canceled for sure, though.
Oh, I got some stuff cute. I had Lucy. We're gonna get on Lucy too. Pepe Le Pew. He was after. I don't know if he liked cats. He
was a Scorpio.
But he was after.
He didn't like cats. She was essentially trans because she scooted under a wet paint.
Talk to him apart exactly, and that's when he would. Right when he thought she was a skunk.
She was trans. She was trans. Not transgender, but she was trans species.
She was trans species, right?
Yeah, because he saw the white stripe on her back, but he thought she was a skunk. So in essence, if I would have stuck up for him, but I won't because no does mean no. But essentially, he was being catfished and deceived. We're speaking up for the men out there.
Hey, when you say cat, yeah, no pun intended.
Catfish, get it?
Catfish, yeah, cat.
You're being cat skunked.
Yeah, exactly. But he had some game though. You know what I'm saying? That's sometimes when you drink alcohol, huh?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he was up on it. He was like, yeah.
You know what? You're right. Actually, I take that back because she liked his game. It's when she smelled him, she couldn't get with it.
Right.
And let's talk about that though. If you should be on a level to where any smell, no matter how disgusting it may be, any smell, if you're attracted, if that energy and that magnetism, it should attract you.
It should be pheromones.
There you go, pheromones. That's what I'm trying to say.
But with skunks, it's a whole other scent.
No, I know.
No, but not to the skunk though.
Another level. I do another level.
Hold on, they got weed. Hold on. They got weed. The smell of skunk.
Yeah.
It's
Wow. It's called. They even have it called skunk. They just call it skunk.
There's some skunk weed. Yeah.
Actually, the stink of the weed is the more it smells good. Weirdly, but it's true. It's like, oh damn, there's some stink. God damn, what that? Whoa, yo, I'm.
That's usually some type of an indica strain too, because indica will smell right through the bag, through your wallet, through your purse, to whatever you got. That indica is gonna come out just sitting there.
Yeah. I personally got addicted to this. I like the smell.
It smells great.
Now before it's burnt. Wow. Yeah. Exactly.
Crazy. You know, we're so homogenized in our culture, in I'm saying specifically American culture, where we're like, BO. Oh, I don't like the way it smells. And I'm not saying somebody should be walking around smelling like they just played a whole
meet me in the ladies' room.
but we shouldn't be so repelled by natural body odor.
Mm.
We shouldn't. We know that you know the difference between clean body odor and fresh body odor. Meaning, let's take a person. A lot of people don't wear commercial deodorants, which are really dangerous, the aluminums and
Yep.
everything. So when you know a person's clean, you've seen the person has good hygiene, and then they might start. They haven't masked their body odor with perfumes, and then we're naturally like, oh, I smell that person. And even in your mind, even if it's not a stink, in your mind, you're like, it's a program, everyone. Like when you're shocked, when you actually smell someone. Now people will take this and say, oh, Napah, she likes stink. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we have become so homogenized in our culture that we don't we're repulsed, or we are offended by natural pheromone. Even, well, you can't be offended by a pheromone because it affects you physiologically, chemically, but natural body smells. Yeah.
Right. No,
So what are you talking about, Nepal? What you trying to say?
no, it's grown talk. Real talk. Real talk. It's
Take
grown up.
it
What you
over.
talking
You
about?
want, you want to jump in? You agree? Who? What? Yay, nay, AD, Killah Priest? You
True,
agree?
true.
It's
Okay.
natural. Like Cap Jones said. No, it's natural. The natural, and we kind of like cover up. I mean, we can go through cultures, and we can go to Africa and things like that. Even certain colognes, We're like, damn, what the hell you gotta, you can't put too much of this. Nigga dousing it. Whoosh.
They make the colognes differently for different cultures, different countries.
Talk
Like
to us.
one cologne, let's say, I'm just going to say a Calvin Klein. This isn't specifically how this name brand cologne is, but let's say it's called Clean. Clean in India, Eastern India, would be different. The chemical makeup of it, the chemistry
Right.
would be different for Clean in America. Like,
Right.
oh, that we can't put too much clove in that. Americans are, they don't like that much clove. Or
Right.
there's too much bergamot. Let's not
Right.
put too much of that. That's for the English, So it's interesting.
Right.
Well,
Now, don't let the family, when you get in a car or you're around somebody with a whole wall of funk that hits you like a ton of bricks, that's offensive. You can tell that person has gone a few days with a neglect of soap and water. You can, I have a dog nose, and I mean, I'm really hypersensitive with scents. So I can tell if someone's clean, musty, or just you've got to jump in the shower or take a nice hot soapy rag to yourself, to your essential parts.
Right.
Like I mean, you just have to be able to know the difference. So
Right. That's right. No, you're on point. Fellas, I hope y'all taking some advice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
not just fellas, ladies too. The ladies know this though. I think a lot of women are in there going, "Yeah, I know what you mean."
You'll be surprised.
We like smell though. See, that's another thing about women.
Good.
In contrast to men.
Right.
We like a manly smell. I mean, we just do. We like cologne. We love cologne. See, ladies, I'm not saying disgusting bad hygiene. I'm talking about not even sometimes you can't even smell pheromones. So I'm not even, I mean, for the average person, I'm saying just a blatant smell of a person. I know there are women who are not heterosexual, so let me just say this. We as women, though, smells are like, we can work with the smell. How's that sound?
All right.
Oh my gosh. I wish I
Yeah,
was
well, they get used to it. There was a study done where they had several females with their boyfriends. All the boyfriends had put their sweatshirts into like a box.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the girls were able to go to the box and by the scent, find their boyfriend's sweatshirt.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Not
God,
knowing what it
that's
looked like at all. Like all the guys had put on a certain sweat. There was all the identical sweatshirts.
Wow.
But they wore them for a minute, and you can find the study online. But the women were able to smell their boyfriend's scent because it just became locked into their minds. And that's why when you're
Wow.
dating a girl, she might want your sweatshirt. because then she feels like she has a part of you.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible, the psychology of the females, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because especially when they're dating you, because they'll want your sweatshirt so they have your scent.
Right.
Yeah.
Cats can almost be the
God.
same way when they start cuddling up into your laundry or something like that.
But that, you know what, men, and what you said, AD, women, because of the way we are wired as far as being nurturers, as far as childbearing, we are first to become very attached.
Yeah.
And sense, and very, very hypersensitive to our mate's sense.
Yeah.
But a man, over time, now I know some of the people out there may be thinking, well, I like scents too. I always ask her to send me her lingerie. No, we're not talking just about lingerie. We're talking about just, you know, how many guys are carrying their girlfriend's jacket around?
Yeah.
No, but men do eventually, but it takes more time. I'd say it takes about 6 months to a year if it's a very good connection, a good relationship, where he is very keen and her scent is very sentimental to him. But women, right away, we're like, oh, yeah. So that's right. That's awesome that you told me about that study. I got to check it out. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you find it.
It's amazing how there's a 6 month checkpoint. So because a lot of relationships will last almost exactly 6 months. And I don't know if that's because of the season change or what, but there's an interesting dynamic with the 6 month mark. But once you pass 6 months, then that's how you know, okay, we passed the first check mark. And then the next one is after a year. And you'll also notice some long-term relationships will only last like 3 years. There's a 3-year thing that happens a lot. It's kind of weird looking at the numbers. But that's just from my point of view.
No, you're right. You have a good point, because 2 years, 2 to 3 years, something happens. And I think this is with all relationships. You need something else besides, that's when the foundation starts to really say, will this stand the test of time? So if you've got a good connection, and listen, and it's not about being the same religion. It's not about having the same financial background. It's about the reciprocity of respect. I mean, I know we're so desensitized because we always talk about respect, but the respect is so crucial. If I don't believe how you believe and I'm in a relationship with you, I have to still respect you. And that's where it lasts long. So I'm going on and on.
That's true.
No, it's beautiful.
Good point. Good point.
This is the Valentine Day
Yeah.
edition.
I love it.
We got to watch out, though, with these colognes and stuff. It's almost better to make your own. Like using...
How you do that?
If you get essential oils and you mix them with like distilled vodka and water.
Yeah, that's right. JD, wow, you know your stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of tinctures like that. I make tinctures, but are you going to say because people are adding blood and all this other stuff?
I wasn't going to go there, but I was just saying because we want to avoid the commercial colognes because it has endocrine disruptors and parabens. And I got this thing on screen here that says synthetic musks like galaxolide, tantalide, ethanol, ethylene, brassylate, and others are common fragrance ingredients that are linked to hormone disruption. So you don't want the cheap stuff. If you're going to get a cologne, you got to look into it, check the ingredients. Usually the more expensive it is, the better it is for you. If you get the really cheap stuff, it'll be too strong. You could smell females can. You can smell the difference between the cheap cologne and a good cologne. You know what I mean? The cheap stuff is going to be way too strong and it's going to be way too pungent. And but the thing about making your own colognes and perfumes is that it's not going to last that long because you're just using essential oils and vodka. So, you know, you might be able to like smell it up close, but it won't be able to compete with the high brand colognes and perfumes because they're adding stuff in there to make that scent last at least 6-8 hours. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the really cheap stuff will be hard to get off.
Wow. That's great. Thank you. That's great information. I do want to say to the ladies out there, one of my favorite, but it is commercial. It's called Narcisse. It's Narcisse, and it's
Narc?
one of the best perfumes out there. I mean, this perfume, I used to get it in like 1990, 2000 early 2000 for $13. It's now like $600 for an ounce. And I don't know why it's so expensive now, but that something's going on with that perfume. I mean, it is better to make your own. You're right, AD. But that one right there, ladies, if you want to ask for a Valentine's Day gift, that perfume is so powerful.
What's it called?
It's Narcisse. Get it? We're talking about narcs, though.
No.
Narcissist.
Narcissist.
I caught that. That was dope. Yeah, go ahead.
It's by Chloe, I think. Yeah, it's Narcisse, but it's divine. It's one of the best perfumes I've ever had.
Get that narcissist perfume for your lady.
Y'all get the narc perfume for all them narcs. No, but you know what, Narcisse? You know, Narcisse. The story of that particular that myth.
Right.
He loved himself so much that to his detriment. But that's not what the psychological narc does. The psychological narc loves you to death, literally. You can really sustain a lot of physical illness, anxieties, heart conditions.
Talk about it.
You can develop a lot of substance abuse issues because you're in a relationship with a narcissist. And then I will hand it over back to our narcologist. And I'm not joking when I say you're an archaeologist.
Thank you.
You know, a narc will do anything to get you back under control when they see you losing, or when they see them losing your control, the control over you. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, that's true. Well, my boy just said my ex was a narcissist. They project. She would blame me for stuff she actually did.
Gaslight. Cool. That's gaslight.
Should be like, you're cheating, aren't you? And it's like, no, what are you talking about?
Like, creating a story. I know you met a lot of narcs up in there, huh?
Oh, at my club? Yeah, yeah. Majority of them are.
Yeah.
The strange thing is, the hotter she is, the more insecure. Most commonly, not every.
Well, that's not narc though.
Yeah. I know. I'm off topic.
Yeah.
Right,
well, they are insecure, but they project like a lot of, you know.
Right. Well, there's different kinds. You have covert. You have overt. You have those that are they're because they have to get in. You know what I'm saying? They're very they don't have a lot of confidence in themselves, so they have to kind of like sneak in, and then they cause disruption from the inside. You know what I'm saying? Because they want everything to come to them.
Yeah, it exposes how unconscious they are too. Because to some of the girls' credit, there's still girls at the club that are gorgeous, but they're conscious. They know themselves, and they're able to like still be cool and balanced. So they're not insecure, but they don't realize they've developed such a high level of intelligence that they don't act. They're very humble,
right?
And that makes them even way more attractive. So like the hottest girls are the ones that are not insecure at the club, very conscious, very focused on what they're doing, non-toxic. It's not very common. But here and there, it's a good 10% that they know themselves. They know what's up. They're a little bit more spiritual. They're a little bit more knowledgeable. They're eating more fruits. You know what I'm saying? They're
hell
yeah. Those are the dimes right there, in my opinion, because they know themselves and they're still able to be physically attractive and mentally sharp and on their game. And it's just like, wow, like those, we call them unicorns because they're not very common. They're not very it's every now and they're very unique.
Okay, wait a minute.
So I had to give credit to them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to say all the girls at the club. I had to like point out the ones that had their shit together.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about the women at the club that's on point. We're talking about the disorder.
You're talking about the ones that are not.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Do they drink alcohol though? The ones who are
I would say a lot of them do every now and then. But the most toxic ones are the ones that are drinking every single night.
You know, I wanted to say, go ahead, Priest, you were going to say something.
Well, we can't, everyone has a sense of narcissism in them. And it's a healthy one too. Right. The disorder is different. It's a disorder. It's when it can't stop and is on 100%. It's cool to be competitive. It's cool. it's natural. It's in the human life, but the disorder is what makes it the problem, and the behavior. It's like, okay, you may see a person walk in and you be like, oh, how that person, everyone's curious. The narc is on point at the beginning. How can I control this? What I'm going to do to control this whole atmosphere? That's the disorder. That's when this becomes, and we're not saying we're like diagnosing anyone. Diagnose yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we're diagnosing everyone. It's just that you could do that. Basically, you could just check it out. It's a disorder. So it's cool. So don't put it on your if I feel like I'm competitive, I'm a narc. No, it's cool. Right. It's the disorder that's the problem. It's a mental disorder. NPD. Person is a personality disorder. Somebody said it right. Maladaptive. They can't change. It's always that way. You know what I'm saying? Need medicine, and that won't work. Look, that's a knock right there. Mojito.
Oh, no.
I was just joking on Mojito.
And another key is, if I could just throw this in, they're destructive, and they want to use you up like a buffet. They want to vampirize you.
That was a song, right?
That's Michael Jackson. Shout out to the greatest. What is he? The king of pop.
Yeah, indeed.
You met Michael Jackson, right, Priest?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Never told that story. Yeah, exactly. Met him.
You're very humble.
Yeah. I had a chance to meet.
What was the story about Michael Jackson? Remember Uncle Ricky? Anyway.
Shout out to Slick Rick. He just won an award too.
Awesome. Wow. Shout out to Rick. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites.
This is a vibration seeking origin. Dope club like devil's cards, but I feel you. Indeed. Highly jealous, competitive.
We got some super chats.
Okay, let's go read some super chats, then we get back into it. This is very positive. I just want to thank you for stirring up the pot today, Napah. Shout out to Napah.
Yeah.
If there wasn't anything in the pot, I wouldn't be able to stir it.
Exactly.
that red pottage.
We stir in the cauldron.
Right.
Oh, yeah. You know what, AD? That's right. Remember what time? Oh, they did a song on me. I'm not going to shout them out.
Ooh.
But the Hebrews who are on here, they did a whole song. They made a song about me. The witch whore. Oh, I feel so
For real?
honored.
I never heard of it.
I got two cauldrons right here. I got one for the sage and one as an ashtray.
I got two phones. One for the plug.
The cauldron is a very spiritual thing. Don't let anybody stop you from getting your cauldron and stirring it up. Put all your herbs in there. Make your little brew.
No doubt. Shout out to David Flores to the building. Word.
Shout out to David Flores, one of the great animators of our modern times.
I don't see no moderators.
Underrated.
I thought my grandma had.
I
thought my grandma had a cauldron, but it turned out to be one of those things you just make guacamole.
Ooh, guacamole. That's called the grinder thing for
I got one of those molder.
That's called. Wait, I know what it's called. Oh, a molinera.
Yeah.
There you go. If I don't know.
Oh, grandma, you got a cauldron.
Or molida. I can't remember. Grind is molida or molido.
She's like, no, mijo, it's for the guacamole. I'm like, oh, shit.
No, mijo, ¿qué estás haciendo, pendejo? Déjame en paz. Y tráeme más aguacate.
Man.
Are you Mexican?
I'm half Mexican, half Colombian.
Oh, so your grandma's the Mexican grandma, right?
Yeah. But I tell the girls I'm Colombian, so they think I have Coke.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Because Mexican guys don't have Coke, right?
Yes,
well,
they
They
cut, yeah.
You want to be like Scarface. I got the cocaine.
Yeah.
But I heard it's called
Coquiana. Yeah.
The Mexicans have the Mexican Coke.
Is there a difference?
Which
Shout out to my
it's
brother
just
Rum.
a soda.
Huh?
It's just a soda. It's a Mexican Coke.
No.
Not the Mexicans I know. They got it's not a soda.
Okay.
It's not a soda.
One's a soda, one's not.
In Minnesota.
Yeah. And we're not talking about Minnesota.
Hey.
The mini soda.
Yeah. El Chapo.
Anyway, yeah, that's a I forgot what it's called, but it's for grinding. I think it's called a molid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something.
I got one of those. Yeah,
A mortar and a pestle. How's
pestle.
that?
Yeah, there you go. That holding the pestle. Yeah, no, that's it. I was trying to think of a scripture.
A mocajete.
Exactly.
A mocajete. There it is. Yes,
Yeah.
Mocajete.
I had to Google it.
Mocajete.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you know what you say
Colombians
to your children when they're pouting?
Mm.
No pone jeta. Like
Mm.
push your face out. Don't
Exactly.
don't put a jete or jeta. But you know what? You said something about the pot. It's a potter in the vessel. I'll throw a scripture out
There you go. Oh. Y'all don't even be knowing.
And you know
Y'all
what
don't
else?
even be
There are
knowing.
vessels fitted for destruction, and that's those narc. There's vessels fitted for salvation. Those are the darkest minds of the light. But there are those who just they're here for our learning, and they're here for disposal. And they're supposed to come back because I believe in the reincarnation, the cycle.
Right.
That vessels fitted for
They have a
destruction.
flower to do that. Yeah. Seasons come around and come back around. You can rebirth. You can redo yourself. You can revamp. You can refrigerate. You can rebuild yourself. You can regain yourself. That's the resurrection. Regenerate. All the re's you could do. My last name had to be Reed. You can get up
your
again.
Last name is Reed?
Reed.
Yeah.
Reed.
Oh, really?
I've heard that. Redo. The rebirth. Don't let nobody tell you. See, your first time going around it is it's okay. You come back. Oh man, you know that second when you start running, you get that second win. You coming back because they counted you out. They think, oh man, we gotta him or her done. They ain't got no. They're not gonna make no comeback. What?
Well, that's Rocky.
Exactly. That's when that Rocky come out.
That's why you better be careful who you give a rematch to. You might get your title taken.
That's right.
That's what happened to Pacquiao. He should not have had that fourth fight with Marquez.
Damn.
Well, they don't know when to stop. You gotta listen.
That fourth fight shouldn't have happened.
You know what Kenny Rogers said? He said, "Got to know when to fold them."
Oh.
Know when to fold them.
You gotta know.
You know what? Don't do that.
Come
you
on.
know I love that song. You don't know it. You don't know it. That's one of my dad's songs.
Peace.
The Gambler, baby.
That's
Kenny
right.
Rogers, is he still alive? I hope so.
Nah, he passed away. Yeah.
Transcended.
Yeah, he transcended with the ancestors.
Transcended into the higher plane. Shout out to Kenny Rogers. Guide us on our journey.
That's right. You got to know when to walk away, when to run.
You can't count your money at the table.
Hell no, you get killed. Remember the gambler got killed too in the song. Messed up. You read about that.
You know what? You gotta count. You got. I love that song. You gotta know when to fold them and know when to hold. Know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Know when to walk away and know when to run.
They doing some
You
dirty
never
stuff.
count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough to count for counting when the dealing is done.
Talk that talk.
Not the dealing, but the whole dealing.
That's street. I think, did Lionel Richie write that one? He wrote one of them. Hello? One of them.
Did he?
Somebody he wrote, I don't know if he wrote that one. He did, him and Kenny was cool. But he wrote Lady, right? Lady.
Ooh,
I think Kenny Rogers
love
wrote
that
that.
song.
Lionel Richie is one of the greatest writers from that time. All night long.
Why are you in my head? I was like, la da, oh, oh, everybody sings. Are you reading my mind right now?
It's
Priest is very intuitive.
Got to be in tune.
All night long, but one of my favorite songs by him. Oh my gosh. The one that he says still. Is it called Still? Is it? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Take us
He
there,
says,
man.
I do love you. Don't. Still. But I only because my dad, again, my parents listen to these songs, so
Nice.
there's a reason behind it. He's got a great catalog.
Definitely. Yeah, no, you're right about that. He was always like cool. He was like the big, but Mad TV, they did him dirty, man. Mad TV.
People don't know how successful and how rich he is, how much money he made.
Yeah, pretty sure.
What they do to him
was
on
Kenny?
Mad TV?
On Mad TV? Oh, man. I can only, when we get in trouble, we show Mad TV, did Kenny Rogers. I don't, because he turned to like this raving alcoholic later on down the line.
And he did too much plastic surgery like Little Kim. Oh, Little Kim, I'm sorry. Wait, first off, let me say this. I love you, Little Kim. You're beautiful either way. But enough is enough is enough. I can't hold on. That's Donna Summer. We going in.
I love
Shout
that.
out to Donna Summer.
One of my favorites.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, Donna, I love Donna.
Oh my God. Barbara Streisand.
Yep, Barbara Streisand.
Any other man that I love. That's their duet. Their duet.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Your voice is killing.
It's pouring. That's right. Enough is enough, right?
Right. Yeah, you got it. Yep.
Damn, that was good.
Yep. Yep.
You know who's that like? It's like Lady Gaga teaming up with SZA.
Lady Gaga and SZA.
Okay.
That would be like Donna Summer and Barbara Streisand.
Oh, with them two. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because they had that, they both were like real smooth with some.
God, I love them.
Remember that? I never heard nobody sing like that. Yeah. Yeah. That used to make me think like, I mean, that song was like freaking.
I know. How old were you? 5?
They say the way she did it.
It's so good. It's so
good.
good.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's so.
Talk that talk. Yeah. No one ever made us. Yeah.
You know what her best song is though? Two of them. Who redid it? The Digital Underground. I can't take it. Oh my! Wait, Digital Underground did it. They used the track.
Shout out to Napah knows her hip hop.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, that's fire.
Okay, thank you. No, come on, help me out. Digital Underground. You know the song, "The Freaks of the Industry." They used Donna Summer's track. God. Dim all the lights, sweet darling, cause that one. Turn on the old Victrola, gonna dance tonight. You know that's their track, right? You know that's their track.
But it's not a wet dream, it's
Love
the real.
Don't come easy. No, it seldom does. When you find your perfect love, let him feel you well. You know the song, y'all.
Love to Love You, baby. That one?
Is that it?
Baby. Yeah.
No, that's the one he was just singing.
Love to Love You, baby. No. Mine was I Feel Good. I feel good.
Oh, it is Dim All the Lights. I'm doing a different song. Oh, Love to Love You, baby. Oh, gosh, she had so many songs. My bad, y'all. That was the wrong song.
Oh, yeah. I loved her, man.
Oh, yeah. Is it Love to Love You, baby? Yeah. Love to Love You, baby. My mom would not let us listen to Donna Summer. She'd be like, go to bed. We want to hear some music. Then we'd like crawl out and hide behind the sofa and be like, listen. Obviously, we could hear it in our rooms, but it was far. The den was like far away from us. But,
I think someone got the name of the song. Go ahead, read it, AD.
Oh, yeah. Let's get to the super chats.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'll go backwards.
Called Freaks of the Industry, I think.
Yeah.
Freaks of the Industry. Yeah. Digital Underground.
Shout out to Cap Jones for that one.
I'm going to go backwards in the super chats here. Camille Allah says, only fresh oils on me, beauty. Hey. Fly chick, sniffing my neck, wrapping her #wings all over my body like LSG. The scent is called Concierge.
Okay. Okay.
Cap Jones says, shout out to Napah, Freaks of the Industry. Yes.
Name of the song.
Yes, shout out to you. Thank you. I was singing the whole wrong song.
Now you're on point.
We've got Fella B says, be in control of your thoughts. Never let your thoughts be in control of you.
Good.
Talk about it. Talk about that.
King CFW says, Napah is gorgeous. I'm trying to find out who her husband is to accept her going live like this.
What? Who's trying to play me? Yes, narky. Wait, Narcheologist detected. No, just kidding. Narcheology. No. There's no no narc detected. You know what? We're misusing that word too. You're not a narc. But I use narc because I learned that from you.
Snark,
it's
snark.
narcissism.
No, well, you got to think about it. Some people just get up in the morning. They have nothing better to do with themselves, but they watch you, and they watch. You know, instead of being into building up themselves, they're more interested in what you're doing. That's why you keep your eye on the prize. You keep self-building and then let people watch. And this goes for everyone out there. I'm talking to the craft room. This is to build up yourself. Never get straight off of your path. A lot of people, they here to throw you off your path. And what they'll do, they'll put energy behind it. And
right, and I'm not saying this to that person. Thank you for giving me the compliment, but that is narc-ish. Like, give me a compliment, but then say, why is your man letting you up here? Letting me up here do what? Talk?
Knock. Who's there?
I'm not working at AD's infamous secret hideaway, whatever he.
Yeah.
But there are women with relationships that work there, right, AD?
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Okay. One more here.
JC says she's on point. Go ahead.
Cap Jones says the covering up of natural sense is something that pushed for commercial reasons. People were programmed to feel that.
People, what? Say that again. Say that again.
He said that the covering up of natural sense is something that was pushed for commercial reasons. People were programmed to feel that.
Changing the way people feel and distractions. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of distraction out there that we have to deal with. There's a lot of
That's it for super chats for now.
Huh?
That's it for the super chats for now.
And shout out to, by the way, I do want to see, this is me, how I am. I'm such a communicator. Shout out to the Geminis of the world.
Hey, shout out to the Gemini.
We just want to tell you just how much we love you. Is this a music moment? Like, everything's gonna be music. You know, everything you say will be a song. Anyway, I digress. The thing is, you should be, as a sub, your man should be on point 100% with where you are and what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And then rest assured, if you are doing something and your man is not having the last say so about it, then you're not a sub, but that's okay. You know, being a sub isn't, you can have a very fruitful relationship and not be a sub. I have family, friends who aren't subs, and they have beautiful, wonderful, long-lasting marriages. But I'm just saying, for me, anywhere you see me, if I'm in a relationship, the man I'm with is 100% on board with it. But that doesn't mean every man is like that. I can't see him, my man. You know, I'm not saying it's wrong, but getting on the stage and just shaking my booty, I've always been so fascinated with those situations. Now, wait, don't get me wrong. You can shake your booty and be a good girl. You can. It's the whole vibe of, like, you know, alluring and seducing a man, making a man feel special. See, that's the thing. I'm going into something else here. Stop me if you don't want me to do it. Making a man feel special is what these gentlemen clubs are about. And listen, there's so many beautiful women. When I say beautiful, I mean physically. Their hearts are so pure. Hold on, what you say, Napah? Pure hearts, strippers? How, Sway? Because they come in and they say, well, I'm Jessica Rabbit. I was drawn this way. The money's there. I'm a businesswoman. And they disconnect the whole spiritual side of it. Yeah, you're beautiful. And I modeled for years, so I know what I'm talking about. There's a spiritual side of it that is left out. And that's why all the drugs and alcohol come in for a lot of women. Not all women, like AD said, but a lot of women, they have to drug. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear the universal mind of God. I don't want to hear my consciousness. I just want to get my money, come in, get out. So go ahead. You want to jump in?
No, I was just agreeing with you. I've seen a lot of the newer girls come through, and they're connecting too much of their real them with the job. Do you know what I'm saying? And I would remind them, like, let's say their dancer name is Kiki, and their real name is Susie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would say, look, this is the adult entertainment industry. You're not Susie right now.
Right.
You're Kiki. You're performing as Kiki. So you need to separate that, because right now you're entertaining. You're an actress. Is, you know, Susie's in the car. You got to let Kiki be whoever you want her to be. And like, once they're able to separate those two entities in their mind, they're able to be like, oh yeah, I'm working. Like, this isn't real. I'm like, yeah, this is all a fantasy. This is all like, you might as well be working at what's it called? Medieval times. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? Because it's like you're entertaining and everything. And so once they're able to put themselves in more of an actress mode, they were able to separate themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? Which helps, because I could see how it's like, oh, this is so not me. This is so crazy. Like they're hiding it from their parents and everything. But at the end of the day, they start making money, and then their parents are getting these really good Christmas gifts. You know what I'm saying? It's like parents stop asking questions.
Can I, and AD, you sound like you're very much of a spiritual guide for a lot of these women.
Yeah.
I want to say this though. The thing is, where do you want to be in your life for money? Where do you want to be? And this isn't a diss. This is remember, I worked professionally as a model for years, and I'm not just talking about there was no Instagram when I was modeling. You had to be with Ford or Metropolitan or Elite Click, whatever, LA models. So we're all whoring ourselves out in a certain way in certain levels. It's like, where can you go? How far can you push yourself? Where do you say, oh, that's too much for me? See, when I was younger, when I was like early teens or even preteens, 12, and then teens, and then early 20s, I did all haute couture, all high fashion. Then I got older and I started having babies, late 20s. And then I started doing calendars, music videos. And that's when I started to feel the whole reality of what you said, AD. Like, oh God, okay. They want me to take a bikini picture in a weird pose. Some guy standing next to me in a video. They want to pour champagne on my bosom. Then that's where I said, I can't. So my businesswoman, her voice wasn't louder than my spiritual woman. Because we're talking about your spiritual self. It's not about being prude. It doesn't make a woman a whore who would say, I can do that. I can get up there and let them pour champagne on my breast. It's what I could do in my mind. When I say spiritual, okay, if you're not spiritual, I'm talking about my mind and my consciousness, myself, my what's it called? My conscience, which is your consciousness on a lower level. I couldn't do it. If I wanted to do it though, if it was like, we'll give you $1 million, I'll be like, where's the tequila? Give me a shot of whatever. Okay, I can do it now. And so I wanted to relate myself for compassion to women who are out there doing it. I did that to say this. I said all that to say this. When you're stripping, it's not just like you're standing on the stage and you're beautiful. All women, that's fine. You got to get down there, sit on guys' laps, smile. He's smelling your hair. He's feeling your hair all over him. You have to get in really, really compromising submissive positions. Your head's all down, bar his crotches. You're doing something else on a spiritual level. Then we talked about sex in a spiritual way. Does that make her a whore? No, we have to be compassionate with these women, because who can do it? Like AD said, who's the businesswoman who can say, I'm so balanced, this isn't affecting me? Is she fooling herself? That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Who can do that? Who can do that? Most of them can't. And I love them for this. Guess what? I love them. I love them that they have to drink and get wasted. I love them that they have to snort super Scarface long lines of coke, because that tells me you're a spiritual woman. You know, your voice, the God voice, the universal mind of God is telling you, this is weird for me. But then that bag, which is necessary, is saying, this is your job. Like AD said, you're in medieval times, whatever. You're working at the zoo, you're working at Disney, get this money, go home, relax, put in a sweatshirt, hang out with your family. But guess what? When she sobers up, there's going to be a point in time when she says, she might not regret it, but she says, you know what? I was silencing my soul child. But I got this big old house, so it don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. It's so interesting to see the different stories they all have. Some of them become real estate agents and become mad successful, but it should be looked at as a stepping stone.
Oh, so they're not just doing it to get through college?
Oh yeah, they'll say that, but then they realize, man, what's the point of college? That's another conversation talking about college.
No.
It's interesting seeing all the stories. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they can go in all these directions.
Right.
Yeah, and you know what? At the end of the day, see, I'm really going out there. Do we all have those stories? Dude, I don't have a story like that. That's why I'm broke now. No, I'm just kidding. No, really, to be honest, I'm not broke, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not rich, but doesn't everyone have those choices in life? Like, well, I could do this, but I'm gonna do that. You don't want to look back on your decisions and go, why didn't I just get that bag? And you don't want to go, why did I get the bag and like let that guy rub all up on my behind and he turned out to be my uncle? You know what I mean? So anyway, enough of that. Everybody got quiet. Yeah, I know people love stripping, and shout out to the strippers. I just wanted to go deep on, because no one ever thinks about the minds of these women. Well, no, I take that back. Very rarely do you think about the depth of these women. You don't, like AD said, they're deep. There's a lot of deep spiritual conscious people who are, they're doing a lot of soul searching. There's dilemmas, they're making choices, and it's a lot of, there's a lot of turmoil. Anyway.
Yeah.
Why are you so quiet?
It's an entertainment industry.
Okay. No, I'm listening.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I'm trying
Shout out to the women trying to make their lives right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. No, I was just catching the vibe where you was coming from. So I was just absorbed. Sometimes I do that.
Sad, right?
Yeah,
Were you feeling sadness? It's poignant, right?
No, I wasn't feeling sad. I was just catching it. Look like going into the mind of the dancers, because I understand what you're saying there.
And modeling isn't far from dancing. There's a lot of prostitution and stuff that goes on in modeling, just like prostitution goes on in the stripping industry. So. Oh
yeah, models get hit on by the photographers very often. Do you know what I mean? And I hear stories about these girls that are like, these photographers are just dudes with nice cameras that it's like, I'm a photographer. Like, let me, I'll do some shoots for you. And then they end up like not giving them the photos, and then they didn't sign any release forms. And it's like, these photographers just show how unprofessional they actually are. So it's like models have to be careful about what they're getting into too,
Creeps.
I'm talking about the high level modeling where they're like, your booker is like, there's this party in Dubai.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking about that.
Yeah.
And you need 15,000, ...
Wow.
That's not uncommon in modeling. And I'm talking about Ford modeling, Elite modeling, Click, LA model. I'm not saying the agencies are doing it, but you get people in there who start trying to pull models out. Am I going too deep and too dark?
No, you're going true. I'm sure that's all over in Hollywood as well. Entertainment industry, you got to be watching out for all those snakes in all these industries. That's true.
Yeah. That's why you're going to find your Prince Charming ladies are like, I'm an independent feminist. No, but Prince Charming, it's always good. You always have the man, that male factor that protects you. AD, you can hear him. He's got the protective advising factor. You need, you can't deny that you need that male energy too. And then they have bouncers and then they have, most bookers will be good, but there's always that one. But you have, you need that male energy too. This is me coming from my submissive side. and when I say submissive, I mean the subculture. There's doms and there's subs. You want to segue into that? We can lighten it up a little bit. Subs and doms and
Nah, you cooking. I mean, come on. You want some bomb? Now you cooking. You cooking. Trust me. Well, I'm with you. It seems like I be but I'm really listening. I'm like, okay, deep stuff. No, it's conversations that, you know, some people feel uncomfortable with. But when you're on a Podcraft, I mean, we talk about things that a lot of people don't talk about. You know, we just address certain issues that, you know, and you have to look at it on both sides of the coin. It's one coin that has two sides to it. You just wanted to be tails. That's how you feeling. There's another side to the story, and we have to deal with it in order to deal with life. It's good. It's good because I've been on. Pardon me. Don't get
you want some water?
I'm good.
I can get that cold brew if you want it.
Oh shit! Cold brew nitro. I don't hear you.
You want it?
Yeah. Oh, I got some right here.
You got some? All right.
Yeah, I got some. We can't hear Napah.
I've said enough. I've said a lot. I feel kind of, you know how you say stuff and you feel like, I may have said a little too much.
Never.
No, you're
I should
good.
have said that for my channel, but yeah.
No. Hold up. You haven't said nothing.
Yeah,
you know
you're
what I'm
good.
saying? You haven't said a lot. Trust me. We love it. We love it. We love it. We embrace it. We take it on as like I always talk about, you have to be able to understand where people go, you know, what people going through. You don't ever know. We get too scared into this religious kind of thing. Don't be overly righteous. You got to be able to balance things out. Pardon me. And you don't go into it like, you got to remember, we're a sponge. We going into it's funny, right? The ocean goes, we'll talk about that, but it's deep. Yeah, it's deep. They get soaked up the damn ocean. Well, anyway, yeah, you go into it, don't be overly righteous. Like certain people can't, they feel uncomfortable in certain zones, but don't go. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you correct with yourself. And that way you won't be unbalanced, out of position. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to maneuver. We always talk about Bruce Lee. And I'm gonna look at the. We always talk about how Bruce Lee said, "Be as water, my friend." And you check out water; it's smooth, and it can be rough sometimes. There's a movie called Nature Fist, right? It's a kung fu flick called Nature Fist, and he said, "Be calm as the breeze, strong as an avalanche." Be able to be justifiable and change, you know, with the environment. Some of us, we get too stiff and in places and then uncomfortable. Then you shouldn't be going there. You're out of your element. You know, you have to build up that tolerance. You have to build up that zone. Create a callus for that type of environment that you're in.
Right. And again, if I just add, the thing is too, you're absolutely right. But the thing is too, people all don't come for me. Everybody out there who, you know, you're ugly. This is for people who know they're beautiful. Beautiful women. I'm talking to women. A lot of people think, oh, she's beautiful. I'm talking about the dancers. She's beautiful. I don't really, look at, they get angry with them right away. Like she has it easy. Guys give her money. But that's why I really wanted to speak on a deeper level. So I just wanted to say that. And I said, if you know you're ugly, I wasn't trying to be mean. No one is ugly until they open their mouth and start being ugly. And then you start noticing, dang, and your face is ugly too. I like to keep it real. Right. Like the scripture says, the countenance, the evil of a woman shows up on her physical face. That's scripture. So I just wanted to grab that scripture for you. But I want to say to the women and the men, you got to be compassionate with these beautiful women. Beautiful women are often very, very perplexed. I mean, imagine being like extra beautiful and having a beautiful body, and society, you get treated a certain way, and everything hinges. Well, not everything, but the majority of your material life, how you function, what you get, how you're treated, is hinged upon your looks. That's a tough life. You know, I've been told, oh, I can't believe she said that. That is a tough life because you're not being, your foundation and your existence of your material. I'm not talking about your spiritual existence, your material existence. Like, oh, hi, Frank, how are you doing today? I'm getting my mail. I'm going down to the store. If you are beautiful and extraordinarily beautiful or above average, like, shout out to Kevin Samuels with ratings. If you're an 8, a 7 and above, the disadvantage is you got to keep that going. And then you're always thinking, oh, I look so ugly today. Oh, my face is so ugly. Oh my God, I didn't put any makeup. Oh, my hair is bad. And people don't feel as much compassion for you because they see that you're amazingly sexy or beautiful. I'm talking about the dancers again. But then the dancers, they're spiritual vibrating beings, and they say, no, they have questions. That's why I love SZA too, how she did that one song and she did the video where a couple times she's embraced like that stripper culture in which she's not a stripper, but she gets it. She's like, and I will say this, I've met a lot of strippers in my life as far as through friends, and I'm gonna say most strippers are even on the surface, they're very loving, friendly people. It sounds like I'm talking about an alien species, but but you know what? It is a different type of life. They're in a different. They only like if you're modeling and you modeled like really modeled runway, print work, working your butt off. You don't get paid for anything. $200 for a show where you walk for 19 hours for the whole week. You get it. You can relate. So I'm talking about strippers. You know, aside from all the drugs and the fist fights, you you got to feel compassion for them. And a lot of people don't because they're very beautiful and they're sexy and they think, oh, I don't have to worry about her, that HO or that 304. No, you have to think about what they deal with. So anyway.
Hey, fist fights.
They're like, we don't need your sympathy. I'm out here balling, B. That's how they probably say it.
No,
I'm not being sympathetic. I'm being empathetic.
Well, the bottom line is strippers are people too. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta look at it that they're smart and just stop. That's what I said. Well, people are uncomfortable because they don't know how to talk to women. They just don't. Some people don't have enough confidence. And confidence comes in with you being confident with yourself. That's where it comes in at. And when you're confident, a woman can detect that off of you. Oh, am I preaching right now?
We talked about that with Solomon, remember?
Yeah.
We can smell the weakness.
Right. Yeah. Like Coach Solomon said. Yeah, they can smell the weakness on you. And if you're confident, I mean, he told it. Yeah, but he just said, I don't like the
right.
Yeah, choose your next words. Righteous praise.
He's in counts for me.
Is Litterbox. Yeah.
He's like, okay, you did all right.
Word. Yo.
Or maybe he said, can y'all stop talking about this? I need to
Yeah, exactly. The cat's sitting there. Okay, meat. Exactly. Okay, yeah, it goes back to I'm gonna just segue back. It's go back to having confidence in yourself. And there's people. Another thing is we got to stop trying to seek validation from everyone. Seek validation for yourself, because that's where the knock lies at. And then strippers have great confidence. Look at that. Because to be able to dance, get up there, and models too. You know what I'm saying? To be able to, you can tell us more about that, but we get on stage, we're all in the performance. So getting on stage in front of the people takes a lot of confidence. Even AD, DJing. So, and
what about you? You being a superstar.
Exactly. Well, getting on stage and in front of people and rhyming, it takes a kind of energy, and it develops piece by piece character of doing that. And if you could take that and place it somewhere in your life where you need it at certain times. Because great people are not always great only when you're supposed to be, right? Like you don't use your technique to get out. You know how they have it on TV, like, remember that one thing. And at the time when you're there, it's like, oh shoot, remember what the master told you.
Right.
At that time. So using at the right time is and placing the ego aside and using your skill set at the right time is very essential, very important. And doing that, you'll find yourself out of a lot of, I don't know where I'm going at, but out of a lot of problems and how to handle things better. Because at the end of the day, it's all about bettering ourselves.
Right. Confidence.
Whether you dancing, some people dance around questions.
Hey, that's called a politician.
Yeah, exactly. And they be on the pole. You ask them a straight question.
Barack Obama, he is one of the master pole dancers. I shout out to Barack. He's a perfect example of dancing around.
Getting that
and
money.
You walk away. What?
I was doing Rihanna's song. Get that money.
Oh, I love Rihanna. Shout out to Rihanna.
On those hills, getting that money.
You know what the song? Throw it up, throw it up.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Napah's voice.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to Priest. You don't have to tell me my voice. You know they're gonna come for me like Napah thinks she's up there singing. I sing on my channel all the time.
Well, you let them do that. Let them do that. You know what I'm saying? They're giving you a compliment. And when people pay attention, don't ever hide your talent or do that because of what other people talk about. Do your talent. If you can sing, sing. If you can play the piano, play it. You get these talents to use to give to the world. You never know. Somebody they need to hear a voice. There's someone out there that needs to hear piano. Someone needs to read your book. There's some words out there that some people out there need to connect with. Brother Glow right now.
Uh-oh.
They need to connect with what you have to give. And it's not for everyone, but it's for you.
Yes. Keep going. I love it.
Look at you got to.
That's right.
And connection is everything. See somebody in there say facts. It is a factory. Brother Glow going in. So let the real speakers, the real poets, the real dancers, the real art, step up, show your talent. Try to hold myself. Without singing glory, glory. Can I hear something about? Can I hear some fun? Did you hear the music playing?
What do you want me to sing?
She can't hear the organ.
Oh, she can't hear the organ. He's playing the church organ, so that's why I'm laughing. Because he's playing like I'm in the church.
It's
and then
good
people
though,
put up
but
candles.
you are the church, but you are more gathered in His name.
There you go.
And is there a name? It's the unfathomable, Almighty God.
And
if I speak the name, I'd be a lie.
Shout out to Knowledge Bud. He says, speak your speech, please. But it's good as a collective. You have to let your talent shine. Yeah. Sing as loud as you could. If you're a gym rat and you know how to work out and train, do that. Do it to your best ability. We here once. Some of us are here twice, huh? So 3 times.
We're here infinitely. We are circling and cycling.
You only live forever. So you only here now. Yeah, exactly. Energy never dies.
Jacob's ladder, up and down, entering and entering.
That's right. So that's what we're doing. We all experience. We're having a great time here on this planet. And while we do it, what RZA said, if you're not having a good time, you're wasting your time. I like that.
Mm.
You know, so we have to take it like that. Take it like that. Have the conversation that you want to have with that person, and you know, just put it out there. Be assertive. Be more assertive with life itself. Oh, really? Our sponsors.
Yeah, our sponsor for the episode is Cecil. Shout out to Cecil for the $49.99. Yeah.
Hey, Billah.
Hold on, where's my pran?
Hey. Someone said, I'm in right.
Camille Allah says, regardless to whom or what, if your chicken and corn is cold, you still supposed to heat it right.
If you're a chicken and corny, what is cold? I don't know.
If your chicken and your corn is cold,
you still supposed to heat it right. Uncle Pesos said that.
Hey.
You could eat cold chicken and cold corn and it's delicious.
Hey, you know what I mean? That's right. Give you a bomb for that.
I love that, Camille Allah or Camille Allah.
That's right. So at the end of the day, or at the beginning, we always say that. Well said. Oh, thank you. We always say at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, it all counts in making things work at the end of the day and building. Don't let people steal your happiness or your joy. Don't let people come around there and they come with sort of good intentions, which I know that passage. And they're movable and changeable. Switch. That's why you have to be as the forest and as, like they say, water or nature fits itself. Different seasons you have to be able to move in. It's a slow process, but you'll be able to do it. It's soft. Wow. At the striking part, the avalanche part, make sure you don't fall apart, though. It'll come when the time is right.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know that fox don't attack till the time is right.
It's his partner. You know, when you said avalanche, though, I want to go back to that. You know, the avalanche is all the snow coming down the mountain in a deadly way. But then you contrast that with the volcano with the lava coming down. So I don't know. I always think about that. I know people like that's not the same. Yes, one is an eruption from the hot magma coming out, but it still is essentially something coming down the mountainside. And then the scripture comes to mind. I'd rather you be you not hot nor cold. I'd rather you be hot or cold, but you are lukewarm. Take you out of my mouth. Also, the scripture where it says, "Stay on that path in the middle. Don't go too hot." So that's kind of, people say that's a contradiction. No, you don't want to fall in the fire. You don't want to fall in the ice and die. You want to stay straight. But
1,000 doors to choose. You better hurry. It's getting hot like a pot of curry. I said, yeah, one side is fire, the other side is balance.
Shout out to my aunt too. And every spiritual belief is balance. Right. Because why? Because in our beginning we're dual. We exist dually. Because in the beginning, everything exists dually. You can look in Kemet. You can look in Hindu religion. Well, you're Eurasian. Right. Everything exists dually. We're talking about spirit and flesh.
Right.
That's dual existence. And we don't. Do you ever stop and think all the other realms, all the other life forms, all the other planets, planes, all the other existences? This I'd like to believe. I can't say for sure, but I'd like to believe that this is a very, very unique existence because we understand our dual existence. We know we are more than one. It's an imbalance to be an atheist. Let me take that back. That's not true. It's an imbalance to think there's nothing besides this material flesh. It defies science. If you say that you just have this flesh, I just have my hair, you just have this place you're at, then you don't believe in science. You don't believe in physics. You don't believe that everything, energy never dies. It continues to re-up or to move to different different places in this room. Anyway, every time I start talking too much, I sound so quiet, like, oh God, crickets. All right, let me stop talking.
No.
And I snatched the mic out of
You know
your
what
hand.
it is? It's because we're listening.
I love it.
We're listening. We're listening. Sometimes
I'm not used to that. I'm used to being told to shut up.
not good. Not good.
Man, we respectful on this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this new thing that we call listening, it's an art, you know what I'm saying? but we're catching it and adding on. That's what it's about. How could you be in a cipher, in a circle, if you just all you're doing is talking all the time without listening?
It's like interrupting a verse.
Right. Wow.
I think I interrupted brother. What do you call yourself when you're preaching, brother? What?
Brother Glow.
Brother Glow, going back in with your towel and patting your brow.
You didn't interrupt me. You added on, and that's what it's about. Adding on. We get too nervous and scared to add on, and I'll be telling the super chat. I mean, the craft room. Yeah, add on. Paul Hattie said he loved to hear you speak, Napah. Listening keys, yeah. Brother in there, and that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good energy. That's good energy. It's good because adding on, and then it turns into multiplication, multiplying, no division. That's bad math.
Exponential.
While
our union is eternal and intensive.
Indeed. Those are lyrics right there. Those are lyrics. And they mean that when you said that just gave me a chill right there. That was dope. And I received that because of listening. And listening, you can process and give it back. There you go. There's your Tai Chi. There's your Chi. There's your energy. If you're looking for it, you want it to manifest. It comes out in words, and the words become flesh. Okay. And we manifest, and there's your chi. You listening and giving back. This is what the monks do. And I'm just going in right now.
The monkeys.
Yeah, exactly. They show you physically what we do normally. One talks, others listens, and comprehend, you give it back. And that's the cipher. It starts building and movement, there's energy. 2 or 3 are gathered. Then now you're in the God plane. Sometimes you can build, we had a conversation, even me and AD, and even Napah. Where sometimes you can go into a conversation, you be so deep you don't even know where you at.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Shout out to my brother, Daddy Rose. We used to talk sometime and it started raining. Some of y'all laugh, but then when the natives get around that campfire and start rain dancing, because they be in the vibe of the environment, and they be in the right zone. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? In those zones, those heavenly plains. Shout out to all the gods. You know? Yeah, Daddy Rose, he's with Maccabees. Shout out to the Maccabees. It's a group that we got. Yeah. So, locking in a zone, giving it, and that's what the monks practice. So then you move it over to the Christians, move it over to Muslims. Everyone's practicing the principles, but what happens is they get the God concept involved without the principle. And then you miss all of the wonderful works. That's what Bruce Lee, this is what real masters and teachers understand. We miss the golden part because we're so focused, we're out of focus on the concept of something greater than what's inside us. We miss all the wonderful jewels that we have within us. So everyone practice the principles. Be kind. Love, which is a powerful element. We don't use it enough. How was your day? How are you doing?
Yes.
I wish you well. Sir, unfortunately, some people don't feel that way. Well, let them go about their way. If that's the path that they chose, you choose your path. Your path is to uplift and feel better about yourself. Practice these principles: love, kindness, meek, and study to show yourself approved at that time. That's life. Give us lessons all day. Seasons don't come right away. They take their time. They say it's 30 days. Well, what about February? Let's ask February, is it really 30 days? Sometimes it comes in it doesn't take all of that time. It comes when it's ready. And we learn when the time is right. But these are just principles. Oh, I'm going in. Shout out to my brother Jay in the building. He called y'all a Gemini. He's a Gemini too. He said something that was dope. We had a song. He did one of the beats. I'm not stopping. I'm still going in. He said, hey, shout out to, that was 38 minutes ago. I'm a little slow on that. Yeah, but his birthday is in June. Another Gemini. I got a lot of Geminis. Because I like the place crowded. Let one be many. Shout out to Capadonna. I was with him. Yes, he said, we are legion. No, you think it's one, but you got other aspects, and even there's two fish, right? AD?
Is Capadonna Gemini?
Yeah. Nah, he's a Virgo.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we gotta get Cat back on the show.
He's coming. He's here. You know what I mean? One way. You know what I'm saying?
Monday would be good.
I don't rush. Never rush to happen. Everything beautiful just like that. The way it is. You don't rush to make music. You don't rush to food either. It'll happen at the time when it's supposed to. Everything happens at the right time. You just got to depend on you. What you got to do is just stay in focus on what you do. Writers, weightlift. I don't know. You might be a weightlifter. Whatever it is. Just singer, rapper, dancer. You're man. Thank you for your contribute for what you do in this plane of existence. They don't tell you that much. They don't talk about it.
Thank you, Priest. You know,
you know what I'm saying?
You're phenomenal. Your music is amazing.
Thank you. We don't give. Some people are not going to give you props. They're not going to tell you you're good. They hold it back. They know, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, look at that person. They do. Watching you. They don't want to give you the props. It's just what you do. That's where we at. Well, I'm gonna give you the props. We all gotta look at. Okay. That's why I say don't worry about that validation. Make sure your validation is within yourself. Just stick to what you do. It's energy. You'll get it. It'd be a stranger walk up there saying, Pete, he'll rise up out the. You ever get that once a dog will look at you with his head up. And sometimes the trees will be moving because you in so much of the right vibration. You like a Dragon Ball Z, you like a cartoon. You in your animation zone now. You know when Steph Curry get in that pocket, you just start hitting shots?
Yes, all threes. All net.
Klay Thompson sparks him up. Everybody on the field, everybody on the court. That's where you got to judge at, the court. Everybody on there, but then one person gets into a zone. This is happening. Just happening. And you can get in your zone The feel of the world. Lock in. Lock in. They be watching you. The audience, you don't get mad at the audience. They be watching you as you get in.
Are you in the zone?
Yeah.
I feel like you are, because you really are.
Thank you.
Hey. What kind of tea is that? Bamudan?
Hey, hold up.
What is that?
That's a tea drinker right there. Could you say that name again?
Is it Bamudan?
Huh?
Is it? Is it really?
No, this is margarita. Now let me stop. Now this is a this is exactly a Bamudan.
Wow, spiritual peony.
That's a good white tea.
We got some super chats. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
And they're flying in right now too.
They're flying. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, hold up.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Apostle says, KP, Heavy Mental, and Black August got me through tough times. Thank you.
No problem, brother.
Shout out to Apostle. Ceaseless One, once again with the $49.99, the sponsor of today's episode. Shout out to Ceaseless One. Camille Allah says, regardless to whom or what, if you're... Oh, wait, I said that one already. Chi Master Rick says, y'all mics on life support. Mine's a priceless quartz. Minister Miroagi says, peace to the StarCraft. Fella B says, if I had a queen like Napah, I would buy her land.
I'll buy her mountain, the birds and the bees.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
That was the last one.
Okay. Knowledge Born, come on in, bro. Hold on, let me see. Indeed. Oh, the music. Yeah, indeed. Music make you lose control. I see you with...
Who is that?
Which one? Shannon?
What did music make you lose control?
Yeah, that's...
I think Missy Elliott sampled that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it...
Is that Zulu Nation?
Music make you lose control. I think so.
Is that Zulu Nation?
So let me find out where that's from.
Remember, girl, I'll house you. Girl, I'll house you.
You in my head now.
You in my head. I love that song. My brother used to
in
play
my
that
heart.
over and over. And I hated when I was little.
You in my head now.
You in my head now. House music.
Exactly.
Hey, we got to shout out New York, how there's so much beautiful music coming from, so much beautiful art. And I'm not just talking about hip hop.
I just want to rock.
The big band. What are we talking? Let's talk about Cap Calloway, Duke Ellington.
Yeah.
You know, we had Harlem. You know, we have a. You broke it down. There was a creation in Manhattan, within Manhattan, a whole city. It's like Gotham, but it never was officially a city. But it's Harlem, and that's where a lot of the culture, the rich culture. You know, fun fact, I did know John Huston, he was friends with my manager, good friends. I used to hang out with John Huston, and he used to talk about all those old days. That's Whitney Houston's dad. And you know, back then I was young. I was just like, oh God, these old dudes. But when I had to, like, in between whatever, he would talk about Harlem. And I can't believe he played the marimbas. I think it's what the marimbas, like, they're like xylophone. He's famous. His name was famous marimba player, legendary.
Right.
And they just sat and talked about Harlem and New York itself, Brooklyn, and you know, mostly Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Harlem. so many beautiful artists come out of New York.
Yeah.
I mean, visual artists like you,
Thank you.
artists like many others. So shout out
Biggie
to New York.
Smalls. Yeah. Napah to go to the
Mary J.
Mary J. Yeah, she's. I think that's Mount Vernon or something like that. Yeah.
I love her.
Shout out to Napah. We gonna be doing something like we're gonna do a network too. Shout out to Esoteric. We're gonna be doing like a network. We have something that we're doing, and I'm on board 100%. That's we talked about it, and it's called the Portal. So I'm putting that out there now for good vibes. The Portal. So we're working on a network, and I'm in 110%. So, and this Portal is spelled. It's an acronym, and it's Portal. Esoteric, you would see him also. He's online, and he deals with a lot of astrophysics. Is that right?
No, he deals with what you deal with, like a lot of esoteric information, a lot of not mainstream spirituality.
Yeah.
A lot of people you guys cross, like I think Micah, what's his name, Micah Dank?
What'd you say?
The one, he was here. What's his name? He does astrotheology or astrology.
Yeah.
Micah Dank.
Yep, Micah Dank was here. Yep,
So
exactly.
Micah knows him as well. You know Micah.
Definitely.
And Jordan Maxwell.
Right.
Just that you guys, so you know that's a part of the network. We want to. My channel hasn't really done much of that, but I'm always lending myself out to other channels because I like that. That's my vibe.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, I like the vibe. You know what we should do? We should do like a Patreon, right? Where we could just talk to this vibe. The vibe that's going on is real good, and I think that if we build, how many of y'all would like to see that? Put a fire up in the chat room. I think if we build on, because I like to do that anyway, just build on just different things, just to uplift myself, because and as long as and people also, but this is like therapy. So sometimes I get into a zone. Is that beer?
Beer? No, it's kombucha. But it's
no, not you. I was actually, is that beer ready? Because I have this one beer. You know, I go through it with my mom's, my old earth sometimes. So sometimes I do a little. Yeah, get that. You
bless your mom.
Yeah,
and
I'm going to do a little beer right now. It's not but fire in the chat room. Thank you.
What are you going to drink? Oh, not country breakfast. God help us. Not country breakfast.
Yes, I'm going to do this little beer because.
You're going to drink country breakfast?
Yeah, she got. How you know about that?
That's for the grown-ups. That's for the grown-ups. How did I know you're going to drink? Look, everybody, I promise you.
Spiritual.
I promise you. AD, that's your beer, right?
I don't drink beer.
I mean, you gave that to. I did not know it was country. Is it really country breakfast?
Yes.
That's priest beer.
Look, KBS.
Oh, let me tell you something, family. I didn't sit down.
That's on point.
Sit down drinking country breakfast.
You got a can
I drank 1.5. I was like 3 sheets to the wind. I was talking in tongues. I had to private.
This is for y'all. I'm gonna drink some beer with y'all here. So it's old school beer. Gonna have a beer. We all cheer.
But I can't drink too much beer because it gives you so much of so many calories. But
this is a stout.
Good.
This is a stout, so it's a little bit less than it's a little bit less than a beer. Then I feel like I'm slimming down a little bit. I feel like
you're looking great. You know what? Let me tell you something, ladies. Y'all know what time it is. Don't do that. They're gonna take all of this and play it back. Oh, Napah was saying Priest looks good.
Oh.
She must. Anyway, so.
Oh, wow.
You need sake. We need to do a sake.
I got sake.
You got sake?
Yeah, I use it for cooking.
Sake,
like if I make beef and rice with white rice, I put a little bit of sake on the bottom.
Oh yeah,
that sounds
just like a tablespoon. It just kind of helps,
Oh my God, you make me want to eat sake. I'm gonna do Japanese. I'm sorry.
I love Japanese food.
Good.
That's my favorite food.
Some kala.
Is it? Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
What? What'd you say?
Some collar. It's like a
Collar?
Oh, collar, the hamachi collar. Yeah.
somebody put me up on that. That's love. And
You didn't tell them it was me. We didn't
you
start
put me up.
feeling a little
Yeah, you
bit,
put
did
me
we?
up on that.
You
You
know how
definitely-
we are. We have to be private because these people be like, oh, so they was eating collar together. I know
Indeed.
I eat collar with people I like to sleep with. You know?
Call out your
I'll be
boy.
He said, call out your boy. Hey, let me tell you, this is it's sweet, but it's like a barrel, like a bourbon. So it's almost like I'm drinking whiskey, but it's more like a smooth kind. And having it after tea is a kind of cool because it kind of like smooth it out. So I'm not, I'm doing beer right now. This is a what kind of is it? It's a stout.
It's a stout, but it's not just any beer. It's
Right.
like a really
Very high end. Yeah, it's
it's
good.
brewed in the cask, like the barrels, like you said. Once they brew the whiskey, Kentucky whiskey,
Right.
they pour they start to ferment. It's fermentation, essentially, right? Because
Indeed.
beer is yeast, and so they use those casks to make the beer. And oh my God, the whiskey! I can't drink whiskey. I have Native American blood, and we can't drink any dark.
Shout out to Dan Calloway.
You can't even drink any light liquor, really, but dark. Have y'all heard it? Like a lot of, not just natives, but some people, like a lot of people of like African descent too. They're like, "Ooh, don't give her any of that dark liquor," But people like it. They like to drink. I used to drink Hennessy and
Hey,
Courvoisier
that's what I'm talking
and
about. That's real bro.
Rambouillet, like a splash of Rambouillet. It was called the French Connection.
Mm.
That's when I was younger. It's funny, like I always wanted to do the modern drink, like a Cure Royale, but I never could drink. I never been a good drinker.
Right. I wonder if the Feast of Unleavened Bread was beer. It was like, this is unleavened, baby.
But that is leaven, though. Beer
Right.
is leaven. It has
Right.
yeast.
Right. So they was drinking.
So that would be not the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Oh,
That's what they were asking for in the
Hey,
wilderness.
Potters.
Like, Moses.
Give us a drink, huh? Some
No,
mushrooms.
because Kemet in Egypt,
Right.
that was the main drink. That was
Didn't
the
they
drink that
create?
was-
Right, I heard that. Didn't they create beer? Didn't they? When they
Well,
make beer? No.
in Sumer,
Right.
there was the Inky. I want to look it up. There's a recipe for beer. Actually, it's a praise to Inky. So the Kemetic, the Egyptians got that from Sumer.
Right.
Sumer beer recipe to Inky, and I'm gonna just get it right now for
Beautiful.
you.
Then we're gonna move. Somebody said killer yeast. No, this is. We are all. Shout out to Triple JC. Oh yeah, I need to go out to Australia. They have very good beer out there, but come on, Native American liver do not produce proper enzymes to digest alcohol.
What is that?
Because it's fire water.
No,
He said Native Americans' liver do not produce the proper enzymes to digest alcohol.
Makes sense.
It's fire water. Because you see the great bird. You know what I'm saying? You see all that. Wolf. The wolf is so ill. And then when you start drinking, that's why they have someone to give me a home with a buffalo room. How many we got animal attributes within us?
Right.
I'm a Leo. But sometimes that animal spirit comes out. It don't have to be like, it could be calm, but you got to respect the rhino. I mean, know what the hell? No, for real. Well, the chief seen it.
Right. Do you want me to do a screen share and just share this information, or just read it?
Hold up. Allow me to share my screen.
May I share my screen, please?
Indeed.
Yeah, go ahead. You're all set.
I never heard that so much until I got into the Podcraft life. Yo, what you said? What did you do? Allow me, priest. allow me to share my screen.
Oh, we got another guest in the house.
Knowledge been
Awesome.
on.
Knowledge born. All right, so this is Ancient Origins. This is a
Two
great
Geminis
website.
in the building.
Can you guys hear me okay, Ange?
Yep.
Yeah, 1 second.
Priest?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So I come here a lot for just really surface information, but it's good information. Here is an article to sip like a Sumerian.
Right.
Ancient beer recipe recreated from millennia old cuneiform tablets. Nowadays, people drink beer for its good taste and feel good effects. However, thousands of years ago, beer played a much more central role in society. The Sumerian word for beer appears in many contexts relating to religion, medicine, and myth. And Mesopotamian workers were even paid with beer. That's the same with Egyptian, Kemetic. The ancient art of beer making goes back at least 6,000 years. And in recent years, beer breweries have teamed up with archaeologists to recreate ancient Sumerian beer recipes as recorded in millennia old cuneiform tablets. So I can just copy this. I just want to read the intro. Yeah, so there is worship. Beer is sacred. Peace to you, Knowledge Born.
Hey. Shout out to Knowledge Born in the building. Let me get
I'm gonna
this
put
right.
this in the chat.
Peace to the God. Let me see. Shit.
I got my beer.
You got your beer? Oh, yes.
I got my beer for the order of the Killah Priesthood.
Indeed.
Pardon me, let me give a proper greeting. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the Ange. You understand what I'm saying? The Ange of lyrical dissemination and elevation.
Man.
Lord's Son. You understand what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Mr. Universe. Mr. Universal Universe. You understand what I'm saying? Architect D in the building.
Hey.
Holding both of the hemispheres together. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We got the masterful, transformative reach in the building. Napah Shadah, you understand? So peace to the craft room. The Rocketeers is trying to get elevated. I wanted to give some credence and honor to the alchemical blend of sound and rhythm.
Bless.
You know what I'm saying? So sound and rhythm together with that kind of alchemical blend that creates and gives credence to the holy breath, which utters the words. You see what I'm saying? So from the sigil markings to the utterances of speech in rhyme form, MCs jumping out shoes and socks. You understand? In the place where artistry, it's like one of the last strongholds where artistry is celebrated, honored, revered, and supported. Killah Priest, Podcraft.
Hey.
No cap unless it's Cap Jones or Myeoshe aka Capadonna.
Capadonna in the building.
Oh yeah, we got a Cap Jones submission tonight.
Hey, that's not Capadonna though. Cap Jones is Cap. No,
that's Cap Jones.
That'd be Daryl Hale, brother. Original.
So I got my beer, and I agree. I wanted to add on because y'all had an amazing build going on.
Well, before you do it, Napah, are you sharing anything else on the screen share?
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I just wanted, I did put that link in the chat. Thank you.
Let me say this:
Gotcha.
amazing work too, Napah. That's incredible. I did not know about the Sumerians was the ones maybe crazy.
But then Comedics picked it up, and now we have it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
anyway, so
it's a guild that passes through cultural time and space. Especially, it's related to those who are builders. So, you know, we have esoteric builders and then we have physical builders. The esoteric build and thought comes from the observable space of building with master builders. The craft, you would have to be a craftsperson under a master for a certain period of time. So just like if you was getting trained up for priesthood, just like if you was getting trained up for whatever your vocation was within the society, whatever your offering was to the society, you have to go through that. And later on, it transformed into what we know as guilds. So the monks, for instance, in Germany, was responsible for making the beer. So when you're talking about a priesthood and how it's, correlated, when you start talking about that from that perspective, you see the interconnectedness of culture, language, spirituality, celebration, the material and immaterial world coming together through song, through dance, and also through festivity, where festival comes from, or fest. You see what I'm saying? So beer becomes a culminating space for labor. This is why it's perceived as payment for labor. And if you see people who are in physical labor, painstaking labor, where it aches your body, they drink beer. They don't drink hard liquor. Because it begins to soothe your muscles and relax your muscles naturally. Wow. Because your muscles are tense. You see what I'm saying? From that kind of labor that's prepared. So you'll see a lot of people that's in construction, or they in, the things that are grueling physical labor, they relax with their beer. So they drink their beer, and it look like they almost get comatose. They might as well be asleep after that. You see what I'm saying? So it's all kind of interconnected. And I think the word in the Madunitere for beer is like quintet. So like quintet would be like an offering in regards to the beer. So it's a closeness, it's celebratory. So, my family, we always was cheering to our ancestors, and we just didn't even look at it like that until you looked at it like that. So we'd be like cheer, because my Uncle Charles used to get twisted all the time. So that was like a memory. So anytime we get together, understand, we'd be like, cheers, Uncle Charles. We got water. You know what I'm saying? We'd be just talking about cheers, like when we was having something for our uncle. You see what I'm saying? And then when you get into culture and see that you're always holding space within your family dynamic, whether it's unbeknownst to you or not. So if you looked at, the Christ figure in the same way, this is why you commune together. So the community comes together around this communal shrine in that space, and they take the communion. You see what I'm saying? They always want to twist stuff and get it all crazy, but it's literally simplified for those who know. You see what I'm saying? So you get together and do that, and they vilify everything. And I love the villains. You see what I'm saying? I love the villains like I love the heroes. So shout out to the villains and the people who go through extra lengths to vilify. Because everything, before it becomes popularized, it's vilified. It's a process of chaos into order.
Wow, he goes in.
Y'all Geminis, man. What's up with y'all Gemini? Geminis be going in. Even Coach Salo, he looking in. He hit me up too. He hit me up. He said he tuned in. He'll be here next time.
Solomon, the coach.
Yo,
Salo Jim.
Yeah, Salo Jim. And Just Jay.
AKA Salo Glow. He got his soul glow. Soul glow.
And indeed. Man, and the song I sent you? I just sent you that from Just Jay, who's a producer who did, he's also a Gemini. I said, damn, bro, there's a bunch of y'all. I was like, I love it. It's the Twin Flames. Yo, you are definitely an orator. Brother, I can't believe you don't write rhymes or poetry, but the way you put things, words, it could be in a museum. The way you explain it is beautiful, for real. And you got to continue that, bro. Word, the great knowledge born. You putting it down, man. I'm a little, inebriated.
You're good. You don't even have to say that.
Hey, we celebrating.
This is a celebration for all our old Earth and Napah, your father. You know what I'm saying? He's still
my
here.
father is transitioned. He's in the spirit realm.
Exactly.
I don't know if you have anyone who's transitioned, knowledge born.
Yes, his old Earth, his mom's too,
and my pops.
And his pops. Well, me too.
Wow.
My mother and my father too.
Well, bless you. I say to you and your material self, my condolences. But then you also win in the celebration of them being with you in full spirit. I've actually leveled up since you've talked to me over when I was in my metamorphosis stage. I was in my chrysalis and spiritually in a chrysalis, because in 2019, that's when I had my dad had just transitioned. In fact, when I went into SVDL, do you know that I had said to the head of this SVDL, I said, okay, I will come in, I'll do the interview, but my dad was still fine. And when my dad transitioned, something compelled me to still do my interview, even though my dad had already transitioned. So I was 2 days after my dad's funeral, I was on SVDL interviewing. And the reason I say that is I want to give you some I don't know if you knew that, but the background is when you have a family or someone who's that connected to you in DNA, and I think you can vibe with this, someone who is actually connected to you in the material and spiritual, but in the material, when they transition, you feel there's this thing that happens. I don't know exactly. I have my thoughts. There's this thing that happens for us in the spirit realm. And I believe, not just according to ancient writings, but what I feel and what I've experienced is I have a stronger tie to the Most High, unfathomable God, the Most High. But I didn't know that. All the things that I've gone through, it looks like adversity to me, but it really is like a fire that I had to go through. So I'm just saying this, to those, we people feel sad for us when we say, like you say, your parents are gone, but they're not, from what I teach, they're not gone. And I felt so desolate that my father transitioned, but now I know my father is a stronger presence for me spiritually. So I pass that over to you. But I just want to give you some background, because people that don't know, I met this brother, and there's a lot, some controversy, but at the core, he's a very spiritual, godly. When I say godly, I mean spiritually connected person. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to just say that I'm still.
I'm gonna send you an email. Okay. Sorry, bro.
So I want to hand that over to Knowledge Born, because I know he's gonna give us something. Maybe even if it resonates with what I said or not, I just wanted to share that.
No, there's a connection. There's a connection. I was gonna save a little bit for the music portion, because
that's what we're about to do.
I was on some shadow boxing earlier in my head, not even listening to the song.
Tried to leave it to the hip hop.
Meth, like, I mean, the song in its totality is something, but meth was hitting on some things that's the staple for the Wu-Tang. What are you unpredictable talent in natural game? So when he was talking about when my mind started flipping in His Majesty, what he said? Cotton picking, I don't give about. Hard head protect the dome. Look at mama, baby boy acting like grown. No time for sleep. I get deep as the baritone. Killer bees that be holding down this honeycomb.
I was in the studio.
Woo rubber number one. Protect your neck. Find guillotines. Here they come. bloody bastards, hard times to kill attack, splitting words like semi-automatic slurs.
I was about to get on that
graphic.
song, bro. I was there.
Like literally in that space, it was so many lyrical nuances.
Yeah, he killed that.
I know we use words like double and triple entendre now. That was so cultural and so, you know, with a inner meaning. You see what I'm saying? So when it was like killer bees that be holding down this honeycomb, lounging, son. You see what I'm saying? Like, like we had honeycombs where we would be at, but then you talking about like the bees. You see what I'm saying? So this is where the killer bees are. And everybody else is frantic in that space. He said, killer bees, we'll be holding down this honeycomb, lounging, son. Like we chilling up in here. You very uncomfortable up in here. You frantic up in here. You might be afraid for your life in the same spot where we chilling at. You see what I'm saying? Right. So that's a physical place, that's a mental space, and that's a lyrical space at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So lyrically, you don't want to be fucking around with nobody in the clan.
Right.
Physically, you don't want to be fucking around with nobody in the clan because there's people that you see and then there's people that you don't see. And then there's another space in the credence too, where you talking about, I'm like, okay, is this pineal function? Is we going there? You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, you got that. So he's like, hard hat protect the dome. Look at mama, baby boy.
Then like you grown.
You see what I'm saying? No time for sleep. I get deep as the baritone. So all of these layers that sound rhythmically fly, this is that witty, unpredictable talent in natural game. Like going through these particular spots, and I was just listening to the joint, like, yo.
Now Jizza came up with that one.
Yeah.
Witty, unpredictable talent in natural game. That's Jizza. That's his acronym.
Classic. I mean, why wouldn't it be? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you heard Matthews like we form like Voltron, and you know what I'm saying? Jizza happens to be the head. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's so many things to where
good looking. That
relates to where you're looking at it from a couple different perspectives. And the beautiful thing about it is with music, and music is kind of like with consciousness, it's ready for you when you catch up to it. When you figure it out, it's all good. You know what I mean? Like today's Smooth the Hustler birthday.
Shout out to Smooth the Hustler.
Yeah, so
hit her, the get her, Brownsville.
yeah, and him and his brother, they had like the Gemini twin joints with they style. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I just got a text from Cap. Cap looking at us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. You should have came through.
Salute, man. Salute
like Monday. He can come on through on Monday, right?
Yep.
For real.
It'll be dope. We'll put on some beats. He could freestyle.
Yep.
I got the chance to, that was like on my hip hop bucket list. I saw you and Cap use a pen and a pad. I don't care if I ever hear what you were saying. I saw you and Cap in the same space across from each other with a pen and a pad. You see what I'm saying? Like that's hip hop. That's a deep level of hip hop. You see what I'm saying? That pen and the pad. Like I know cats use their phone now. They start doing all of that. Like if I see a notepad, I see a pen or I see a pencil.
Never write.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I see it's a different kind of space. You know, so it's respect due for that. You see what I'm saying? And both of your albums turned 25. You know what I mean? We got Heavy Mental and The Pillage.
Pillage
you know what I'm saying? That comes out this year, 25th year. You see what I'm saying? Like, and Into the 36 Chambers turned 30 this year.
Wow.
Some of the greatest offerings in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they begin to age. You know, they talk about fine wine, and then hip hop turning 50. So half of hip hop's life is y'all offering. You see what I'm saying?
Oh man. Hey, can I I want to share my and I want you to take because you dropped this, and Timbo's good with this. I'm a little, but I'm gonna say this: hip hop started because of the blackout,
Right.
in '77. They had, I know before that, but this is when they took all of the equipment. AD. So check this out. In the beginning, it was darkness.
In the beginning,
Without forming void, darkness is upon the face of the deep.
Yeah, so the beginning of hip hop started, it was darkness.
Right.
And that they'd be like, it was street lights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this music is all over the planet. That's our pyramid. Because I was like, when we gonna build another pyramid? They be talking all that stuff. Where's our pyramids at? Sister told me we built pyramid. Hip hop is a form of a pyramid because we don't know. Yeah, I know it started in the Bronx though. I know that much. I love you too. I love my Queens cats, but nah, it's a different sound. BX had that sound, yo. What up, the ball? You good? I know. I'm over here tripping.
No, I'm great. I'm listening. I'm learning.
There's a different sound between disco and b-boy breakdancing, and I learned that.
We got a super chat here from Cap Jones. He says, Capadonna's Winter Wars verse destroyed the game.
Exactly. Okay, can we move to the music?
Yeah, we can do whatever you want.
Yeah, let's move to the music. We got the great Knowledge Born in here. Did y'all two know that y'all both was Geminis?
Yeah, we related.
Right.
That's crazy.
We all look alike.
Okay, I'm gonna switch them first to
I gotta
share screen so they can hear. Okay.
They can hear it.
So that way they can hear the music.
And I sent you.
Yeah. Should I play that first?
No, I don't have. I play mine last.
Okay.
Grand finale.
Yeah, grand. I got another joint with Coach Salo on it. Hold on.
Okay.
Which one? Hold up.
I'm getting it all set up right now. Hold on.
CD Massacre, Murder Cricket Fat, Blood the Shop Up. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Exactly.
Yo, the verse was so ill that we forgot that we heard Capadonna on Ice Cream.
Yeah.
People really think that like that's the first time. It's like, yeah, the first time
Hold
we
on.
heard it was on Winter Wars. Like,
Play Cosmo first, since we on that vibe.
Okay, hold on. Doing some adjustments real quick.
Because we got the great. I'm gonna give him a treat tonight. That's how I'm feeling. Cosmo featuring Napah Shadah on there.
Okay, hold on.
Looky.
he dance hell strong.
Yeah. I'm gonna give treat tonight. And plus I'm inebriated now. Yo, what in the hell?
Inebriated.
Why are you saying that? You had a little half of a beer.
Yo, I'm a lightweight. Wait a minute, hold up. This beer.
It's because you were fasting.
I know, I was faster, and this beer is 13%.
Wow, I know. That's why I had to take my whole sip down.
Yeah.
I was talking about the rod is I was like, who has the righteous rod? Saying the man.
You mean the rod of righteousness?
I was calling the man's member the rod of righteousness.
Shout out to I know, I caught that.
Don't drink KBS if you can't drink alcohol, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not normal beer.
Shout out to Rasul. Rasul's
in the chat.
Nah, he'll be in it. Rasul, because Rasul, he the first one I saw with 40s. Since the back of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Come
what
on.
was that
40
one time?
40
He
up in
was
the
on
place.
Podcraft with the Mickey Big Mouth.
We had the
I saw
Mickeys.
that.
He got
Yeah, the
Mickey's. He do his little brewski. Shout out to Rasul for bringing it back. Rasul had old school 40, and then we talked about it. He got his Eagles are in the Super Bowl. You know, he from Philly. Yeah, what's the joint? We gonna win that joint.
What's the John? What's that John?
Yeah,
Yeah. Was it John?
yeah, you got him.
Yo, I was rocking with the master student, man, Crumb TV, man.
Oh yeah,
He came in
Crumb.
the-
Shout out to
He came
Crumb.
in and killed it.
Yeah.
He came in
Crumb,
and killed it.
yo, we love your work. Yo, Crumb.
Shout out to Crumb. All right, so
Yeah.
I got these songs ready, Priest, but they're not labeled, so I don't know what's
No,
what.
play Cosmo.
Which Cosmo is this one? Where's my mic?
Okay, but they're not labeled, so I don't know which one's which. So I'm just gonna. It's the one you sent me, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
there's 4
massive.
tracks. So they're not labeled. So I'm just gonna click on one. You tell me if it's the right one.
Hey, AD, you be
It's not me. It's the way they labeled it. It says audio 1, audio 2,
we
audio
just
3.
out there. We just out there. All right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's see let's see what this is.
All right.
Is this
It's a
the
brand
one
new
that-
joint. It's a brand new joint. Nah, man. It's not.
Okay. Let's
Nah,
try.
it's called
Priest. There's no labels.
Bro, you mastered it and sent it to me.
So don't play the songs you just sent me.
Oh, no. That's not Cosmo. That's the one from Just Jay.
Okay, so don't play those.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
there's another one. Look at the one you
The
mastered.
one I just did. Okay, got you.
I sent this to Flea. You gonna play
Oh,
bass
this
on it.
is the one. This is the one that fades in and out.
Oh, but you sound amazing on it. Don't worry about it. Because we got your regular. Listen, she has more
Amazing.
vocals to it, huh?
Okay, I'm following your lead.
Ceaseless. Ceaseless, my bad. I said ceaseless. I am unidentical, unforgivable, unpredictable. Is this it?
Flows are mystical.
Cosmos.
Hold up, now I begun as mythical. Young original.
Take
my
it
tongue
back.
was lyrical. My gums spiritual. My thumb
Shout out to Ceaseless One. It's official. This episode is brought to you by Ceaseless One.
Is it? No doubt. Let's go with our sponsor. Is this the one?
Yeah, it's
All
the
right, let's
latest
go.
one.
The pause on the hook?
I am unidentical, unforgivable, unpredictable.
Yeah.
Flows are mystical. Hold up, now I begun as mythical. Young original, my tongue was lyrical. My gums spiritual, my thumb's the vehicle. Now the pen set within my index. I'm hardwired, thoughts and ideas become material. The sun is Helios, and when I write I feel I'm among a billion ghosts. The sacrifice at night I hung a billy goat. By his back hooves in the black woods. The blood dripped and then he wrote. This was said by the legends of the Indian folks. They said the priest never died, he just ascended smoke. You can hear him in the river, in the sky, in the woods, flowers and wild oak. The chakras light up his liver, his insides, his eyes, then his single eye, and his throat. Then he squeezed the pen, he frees demons, arrest evil spirits, take them to God's precinct, give them their orientation, remove their bat wings and their fiery darts, prepare them for their descent. Back to the underworld, charter bus. On the front says in God we trust. Each of their hands have light and rod cuffs, leaving the earthland. Looking through the dirty windows, helical barred up. In the Merkaba vehicle, they go through fog. Come out past the prison yard, where I place hate, envy, and lust. I make them work late from the dirt, dust, the sun up. The first snake spake, behold, the man has become us. Let us now go down there and stretch forth thy hand, lest he take from the tree of life. Before we gave him freedom rights, we came down like a meteorite upon the ground in the king crown of the Edomites. Jesus Christ, denied by Peter thrice. Before the cock crowed, according to the gospel, he stood in front of the Caesar twice. David saw Bathsheba at night, Death Reaper. Solomon saw Queen of Sheba, made Makeda his wife. Said the preacher, the Protestant fought the king of demons in flight. They buried the Queen of England in white. Now they lay her down before she sleeps. I pray the Lord of the soul to keep. As her body goes down, slow into the hole. As it touches the ground, it disappears like Tetris. The cemetery goes down a notch. Another coffin comes out the sky like an astronaut. Turning till it's vertical, then goes down into the hole. Then another one comes out the top. The floor drops. This coffin is shaped like a box. Reoccurring, it never stops. Tetris, geometric. Get the body, soul, and the spirit reconnected before we let go and go electric. That's not a crystal ball, we inside of a snow globe. Shake it, watch it snow slow. We just stiff toys in the void. going for the voyage. She sung her frequencies with silences the noise.
Feed 'em and 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 feed 'em. Teach 'em and 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 teach 'em. Bleed 'em and 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 bleed 'em. Let me say, let us pray, let us celebrate. Feed 'em and feed 'em and feed 'em and feed 'em.
Brand new.
Teach 'em and 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 teach 'em.
Napah Shadah the hook.
Bleed 'em and bleed 'em and bleed 'em and
You
bleed
gotta send me
'em
the
and
stems
bleed 'em
though.
and bleed 'em.
Alright, I'm gonna
Bleed
send
the
it.
goats. Bleed the goats. Let us celebrate. Feed 'em and feed 'em and feed 'em and feed 'em and feed 'em. Teach 'em and 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 teach 'em all. Bleed 'em and
We got
bleed 'em
Napah
and
Fire
bleed 'em
there.
and bleed 'em. Bleed 'em and bleed 'em and bleed the goat. And we say, bleed the goat. Let us pray. Let us celebrate. Bleed 'em and bleed 'em and let us celebrate. Hello, priest. Let us celebrate. Hello, priest. Hello, priest. Hello. Celebrate. Let us celebrate. Let us celebrate. Let us celebrate. Oh, oh. Let us celebrate.
Talk that talk.
Let us celebrate. Bleed 'em and bleed 'em, bleed 'em, bleed 'em, bleed 'em. I love the ghosts, I love the ghosts. Feed 'em, feed 'em and feed 'em, feed 'em. Give up the ghosts. I want the ghosts. Teach 'em and teach 'em and teach 'em, teach 'em, teach 'em, teach 'em all. Let me say, let us pray, let us celebrate. Let us celebrate. Let us celebrate.
Go ahead, Napah.
Let us celebrate. Celebrate. Let us celebrate. Ooh, let us celebrate. Ooh, let us celebrate. What you do. High priest, hello priest, hello high priest, high priest, hello priest, hello priest, high priest,
High priest. Hello.
hello priest.
Brand new exclusive.
Let us celebrate. High priest.
Entitled master of cytoplasma. They say I'm a mix of the myth and hieroglyphs and Bible chapters. They say my mind drift, my brain explain. It's pain disguised as laughter. I sit as a king with big wings and tribal stature. The Big Bang, I came from a quiet disaster. Lightness of the lightest factor. Teach calm and peace, meek. Then there's riots after. Water and water, salutation, then affirmation. I don't just get downloads, I get applications. It's all condensed into a flow, then the sound goes back to amazing. High frequencies, short and fast wavelengths. Activates my page with ink. I daydream, my bars align with the stars. That's how God and y'all stay linked. Camouflage like the tanning of the desert floors up to the beige sphinx. Yesterday at dusk and right before the sun up, the sky went through several shades, but today it stayed pink. Inside with the tribe they described as a devil cave, but now they extinct. But they strength into a zinc and other minerals. Stop taking it literal. They can live a lifetime between the seconds you blink.
Bleed 'em and bleed 'em,
Bleed 'em, bleed 'em, bleed 'em, and bleed the goats. Bleed 'em, and bleed 'em, and bleed 'em, and bleed 'em, and let us celebrate. Yo.
It's a little rough. A little rough.
Once I mix it, it'll be even doper.
Wow.
It's
Please lyrics. It's your lyrics.
it's so many elements to that. That's a super exclusive. The chat room is blowing up.
Bless the chat room.
Hey.
Thank you.
You know I want to hear from the insult himself.
That was
Because he the way he embodied is the best. David Flores says, amazing. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
now remember, it's a little rough.
It's
okay?
rough. There's
It's rough as
vocals.
hell.
There's vocals that's not even in there, but you still
Yeah.
murdered it though.
You
Hello?
know what I'm gonna tell you. I vibe
Hello?
off of your words. That's what helps. As a writer and an artist, it's easy for me because I can just pick up on your vibe. And then the music is phenomenal, by the way.
Boom,
The track.
boom. That is, yo.
Who did the beat?
It was done by my man Fanatic and Fanatic.
The other
Phonetic
brother
or
too.
phonetic?
No,
You said
the other one
phonetic?
too.
And then,
He put the bass.
Phonetic or phonetic?
what you said? It was me and Fanatic. We produced that together.
All love to the chat. Your audience, they show me so much love. So thank you. Gang, that's a beautiful song.
Boom, boom.
Lyrics. And
Yeah.
you know, the verse came, the bleed the ghost is when you were talking about the hanging the billy goat by the hind legs and draining the, you know, blood out as a priest.
Let's go.
It's a lot of
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
it's a lot of chambers in there. You understand? Like the thing with the beat comes in melodic and soft and rough. So even the disclaimers, like Napah, like you giving disclaimers, like it's a little rough, you know, when you're speaking vocally, but that blend where everything comes together as a point,
Right.
it lends to each, because just like the beat has its own thing that's going on. It's telling a story by itself. Like it's transcendental. You see what I'm saying? Like it's an ascension taking place. And you were talking about earlier about the stages that you were in when we linked, you know, that metamorphosis. So this perfectly personifies the metamorphosis of sound. You see what I'm saying? So AD's like, okay, I just mastered it. I still got there's some elements that he's recognizing in it. Like, okay, this is not finished, but this is still like, this is a progress. Like Priest, look, y'all be doing this shit on purpose, okay? I'm gonna say that for the record. Y'all be doing this on purpose. He was like, when are we gonna build another pyramid? And then you come out with an unfinished pyramid, right, in front of everybody. And say, oh, this is an exclusive, by the way. We're on this wavelength, so let's play this cosmic right now. You understand what I'm saying? And then y'all present an unfinished pyramid with all of the elements in there that we were speaking about, that was seen and unseen for everybody to digest in that moment, right? That's just the beat. I ain't touched no lyrics.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So just from what's there, this alchemical conjuring of spirit enclosed in flesh that you embody from head to hand. When you so you took, I know you got the joint when I write. You understand? That's my
Right.
joint. You see what I'm saying? So I'm using that as a reference.
Right.
So now you're writing with your voice. So from head to hand. So from in your mind space, from that unseen space, you said it was darkness. You see what I'm saying? We went through the Genesis, that's now like everything all connected. You see what I'm saying? You went from the Genesis in the beginning, right there. You see what I'm saying? So that God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. So that is where, from whence the lyrics come from. They come from that unseen space, that that darkness, that void that's unseen to the world, that might be unknown to you, but known to you at the same time, because this is the place where you go. This is your fortress of solitude to pull it out. So the ancient Kemites called it the waters of noon. So the rising out of the waters of noon, right? You're there, you know, because y'all hear that Anunnaki in there somewhere. So it's the same sort of significance that you pull out from those spaces that are unseen, and they begin to channel from the unseen space because they want to be brought into the light. They want to be brought into the light. So now they're being pulled out of the darkness into the light because you are the light of the world, right? So when you light up in life, the light exists in the darkness that's already there. So that's why the scripture was talking about the darkness saw the light and comprehended it not. It's already in existence, but it doesn't have the same function. So when it goes from that space of security into the light where it could be seen and heard everywhere, this is where the fright comes in. You see what I'm saying? The brightness of it may be frightful to people. So back to what I was saying about what, you know, in that Wu-Tang space, that it's like, okay, like you really don't want this. Like this is really that. So you in that lyrical space bringing out with how you connect all existence in one. So from that grip of the pen, so from the head to hand connection, and then beginning to sigil with these markings. You see what I'm saying? That we call language, that we agree upon as language. But these concepts, your pen and your voice is something that's a life, you know, of its own. So from that, pineal to the throat chakra, you understand what I'm saying? That roaring lion that comes out. I'm saying, and then you said my son is the Helios. You see what I'm saying? My son is the Helios. So this is that. Look, this is that slick shit that I be talking about. So he said, my son is the Helios. So he's talking about, you know, that and then reference to the son and then reference to his son at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So, and he's Lord's son at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, look, there's too many things over here playing around, but I wanted to, you know, highlight some of these aspects right here that are there lyrically. And then Napah, you came in perfectly after you received like the greatest alley-oop in the world, and you play with us. Like, see, this is the other shit. Like, I know that we play with our food before we don't just devour our food. Like, we play with our food a little bit. Like if y'all see Mojito, he finds something, he might just tap it around between his claws real quick, and then he might deal with it for a little bit. So you came in with the tease. It's like, okay, I'm coming in like this, and then showed another level of your range. You see what I'm saying? Like, showed another level, like, okay, you might think you got me pegged this way. Like, nah, I'm over here. You see what I'm saying? You're looking at the earth and I'm in the cosmos. You see what I'm saying? So etherically, I'm attaching myself, but you're confused and lost in the avatar. So shit, Napah, like, stop playing with these people out here, okay? You know what I'm saying? So when you say, it's stuff like God's walking amongst men. You see what I'm saying? God's walking amongst men. So even back to Priest with the other verse where you was like, oh, you know, now the man has become like one of us. You see what I'm saying? Now let's go down and take hold of them, lest they get a hold of the tree of life. So everything is not for everybody. So everybody's not going to get everything that's presented at the same time. You see what I'm saying? You know, like Kazodiac. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna get a whole Kazodiac joint on the first time. It might take you 75 times. You see what I'm saying? But it's there for you when you're ready for it. You see what I'm saying? So this is the perfect blend of what an unfinished pyramid looks like, even though it's perfected. they want to perfect perfection because that's why it's Architect D. You see what I'm saying? The grand Architect D over there. He's like, nah. I want it to. I need this. You understand what I'm saying? I need this. So the perfect blend, that this rhythmic alchemy that y'all have together in this collaboration, it extends further than some of the things that y'all might be taking knowledge of. And the low-hanging fruit is for the goose. You know what I'm saying? The truth is for the truth. So,
wow.
Cosmic.
Yo, no one explains it like you do.
He went deep. He didn't go one deep.
I love it. Yo, Solomon love.
Deep.
Shout out to Salo. Salo love when he explains it. Yo, he go in.
Yeah.
And guess is like, yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Knowledge Born.
That was everything. That's that, man. Ceaseless check.
The arts don't get the love, and y'all can't blame the world because the world is not really ready or equipped, and it's too fleeting to grab a hold of anything to really grasp it. So this is why they appreciate art. Like art appreciates with time. And then other things of lesser value, they depreciate with time because as it ages, as the people's consciousness ages and they begin to have an appreciation for it, this is why they can go and look at a painting. This is why they can go, so they looked at rap 50 years ago and said, oh, this is trash. We're not going to be able to use it. It's only going to be around for about 10 years. They predicted it to be a fad, right? 5 times that. And that's just the official agreed upon story. We know the levels go a lot deeper depending on who you're talking to and where. But for where we say, okay, because before the Muslims faced Mecca, they faced Jerusalem.
Whoa.
They faced Jerusalem first before they faced Mecca. So that analogy relates to, what we say is our authorized version. So, but most of the Muslims, that come in nowadays, they face Mecca. You see what I'm saying? And that's their directional purpose. So when you look at something like hip hop, they said, oh, it wouldn't last 10 years. But when they found a way to get a piece off of it, a 10, you see what I'm saying? They give you a 10. They'll take a 90 and give you a 10. It's like, all right, this is good. This is something that we can use. We can use this in the same space. Like when y'all had the artist on, and I came in and I was speaking about what rock and roll meant. Rock and roll meant rebel music. And in all of the music, and in all of the art forms, all of the books, now all of the sciences, they all exist in a space of rebellion. So this is why they begin to outlaw and make things that were sacred appear as secret. They were sacred. So we had sacred society. Now they said, oh, these things are secret societies and blah, 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 and everybody can't get in, blah, 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 all of that stuff. Like everybody doesn't have requirements. Everybody doesn't work at the same job. They have desired qualifications, and then they have minimum requirements. So don't tell me we don't exist in a society that's sacred/secret, where if you don't meet certain qualifications, they're not going to give you this job position. But you're not looking at it like that. You see what I'm saying? So they're requirements. And, the goal for the rapper in that space was to be down by law. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
It didn't matter if the world heard them. It mattered that when they walked in their neighborhood, everybody loved them for what it was. Like, so just even think about this for a second, and I'll end with this. The rappers and the DJs, the B-boys and the B-girls and the graffiti, those elements that went along with hip-hop, them 4 elements before the 5th element.
Word.
Nobody really liked those people in the neighborhood. So what it meant to be down by law in the neighborhood
Down
is
by
they
law.
respected that. They found a way to give value and credence to what they do, and then they protected you. Down by law means that you were protected.
That was it.
You see what I'm
That's the
saying?
illest.
Down by
Yeah,
law, you were
down by
protected.
law.
So there were other aspects. Like if the neighborhood saw enough in you that you were going to make it out of the neighborhood, you were protected. And the decline went where no matter what you did, you were no longer protected. So down by law meant you was protected by the neighborhood. So that was always a place where
Incredible.
that kind of artistry began to be celebrated. So if the neighborhood ain't get it, it took a while. Look at the rest of the world. They were there witnessing it. You see what I'm saying? They were there witnessing it. Like they saw you writing on the stoop. You see what I'm saying? They heard you in battles, like the neighborhood before the world. The world
That's
don't
real.
know the real exploits. Like they see the after version. You see what I'm saying? They're marveling at, you know, the ninth wonder of the world. You see what I'm saying? They don't know the process that goes along with it. So, you know, Napah used that word metamorphosis. They don't know your metamorphosis, Napah. They don't know what the fuck you've been through. They're not supposed to understand. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Understand.
just like with the artists, they'll figure it out later on. They'll figure it out. Like, so that art, it gives a chance to age. So as long as it ages and as long as the society protects the art long enough for the people to get it so they can see the value, it appreciates. It's the word itself. It's saying it appreciates over time.
Wow.
So people begin to appreciate it over time.
Wow.
So they don't get it. So it's cats that's just getting hip 25 years later, like, yo, y'all heard this dude Killah Priest? I got this album called Heavy Mental.
Word.
And so it's crazy. Wu fans are going like transgenerational. You just think about this for a second. Instant 36 Chambers came out 30 years ago. People are now grandparents.
Right.
And they have children, and their children have children, and everybody know the Wu-Tang. Everybody know the Wu-Tang. My son just turned 12 today. He was like, can you play METHOD? Can you play Method Man? Like, this is what he want to hear. Like, I was 12 listening to Method Man. My son is 12 today, like, yo, listening to Method Man.
Bless your son.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the seasons. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
So his children are gonna grow up to listen to the Wu-Tang. You see what I'm saying? Like, who's this? I don't know. Like, I like them for some reason.
Beautiful.
So
That's
now
awesome.
this generation has a chance to bring hip hop to the next generation in a time and space where we was one and done with everything else that preceded it.
Yo, thank you, brother. Yo, that was, yo, your words are magnetic, energetic, athletic, copacetic. Yay, yo, incredible. All right, AD, let's go.
Yeah.
That
Beautiful
was crazy.
wisdom.
That was wisdom. I
All
love
right.
when he explains.
Shout out to your son for his 12th birthday. That's awesome.
Yeah, happy birthday. What's the God attribute?
He's Aquarius. He's an Aquarius.
His name.
Or is he a Pisces?
He's
He's an
Aquarius.
Aquarian. Perfect sign.
And somebody else's birthday was yesterday too.
Yeah, that's the widow son right there. That's how I'm a bit.
Oh, really?
Fire.
We don't play no games with naming our children. See what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Widow's
We don't
son.
play the widow's son.
All right, time for song promotions. Here we go.
Song promotions.
All right, coming up first, we got a track submission right here from, let's see, where should we start? Let's start with Cap Jones. From a place of thankfulness and gratitude. The track is called Grid Mode.
Beautiful.
Here we go.
Hello, Priest.
To live out the
We live is very nearly incomprehensible. There's almost no fact, whether actual or imagined, that will surprise us for very long, since we have no comprehensive and consistent picture of the world. We believe because there's no reason not to believe.
Gunshot wounds cauterized by the pass-through. You can try to escape, but they have you. Match made, parlayed in the castle. We're fenced in like cattle. And I've been on this shit since 95. Goody put me on in the ride. 88 Escort with the bow-legged tires. And if I could go back, would've kept that shit factory and never logged on to this online tragedy. Mistakes made are lessons learned, cause they have to be. Crack the code on Doom World, now they after me. Targeted individuals, casualties, RNA jabs like dabs, mutate anatomy. Sending guns overseas for the narrative. Putting robots in the street seeking heretics. Money made you the man, but then the shit hits. And all the bitcoins in the world can't buy a breadstick. Face the facts we been had, it's the decline. Great reset set in place, erase the divine. Man to machine, now we lean on the virtual. Implants in the retina lined up, surgical. Miracle, spiritual, just a memory. Wiped by the firmware updates, required to buy food. Go on and live your life, dude. Say your prayers, read your Bible, the preacher is right beside you. No escape, people yelling about these rifles when we turn them on ourselves the most. Most statistics are jokes, used to promote and provoke the division of we working class folks. And the more we like and subscribe, the greater the divide. But it's fine, it's the end of the ride, it's time to get off. Cup of coffee type shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. That was cool.
Yeah, that was amazing. I love it.
That was Cap?
That was Cap Jones.
All right.
Very nice. Sounded good. Good mix. Good verse.
Haunted.
Mm-hmm.
The approach was nice, settled. It's like 8 o'clock. Sun just went down, and he approached it that way.
Nice. All right. Good track.
You gonna skip?
Go ahead.
Keep skipping the God.
Let's go. Let's go. What you think?
That's mad love. That's mad love right there. You understand what I'm saying? That's that AD love. Like, yo, you don't jump right on it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep
next
it moving.
slide your ass.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep it moving.
Next slide.
Go ahead.
The 95 reference, the Behold the Pale Horse. You see what I'm saying? Like the Behold the Pale Horse, William Cooper space. Like these things is prophetic. Like I love the fact that the gloomy beat is there as a blanket, because it's revealed and concealed at the same time. So if you were listening, you got it. If you wasn't listening, it just sounded like a nice verse. You see what I'm saying? There were so many things that was layered in there, and he made a choice. So he said, okay, he's telling you not necessarily his origin story of rhyming, but there's a through line to where it's like, at this point right here, I was there and I made a decision between this fork in the road, this crossroads, to stay in the shadows or come out, and what it means of coming out in that virtual space. So it's a beautiful thing to where many of the artists, like yourself, Priest, in this space of time. Like, shout out to Dress and Black Sheep and their movement, because they're going after the streaming services. You see what I'm saying? Because back to the contracts. You see what I'm saying? The Jizzy said you got to read the labels. You got to, you know what I'm saying? RZA said you got to read the labels. Bomb, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you start talking about these, contractual agreements and things like that came along with something that you loved. All you wanted to do was rhyme. All you wanted to do, was this particular space in the culture. Now you got all of these other nuances that, you're subjected to. So he put that there as an MC, but also, the grips on the dominant culture. He did not shy away from that. And that's the beautiful thing about art and hip hop and why it's so revered, because in that rebel space, you can still cry aloud, as the scriptures say, and, bring these things back to the forefront. So wanted to add that in real quick.
Nice. Very cool. All right. We got a super chat here from Ceaseless1. He says, that includes UAD. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you so much, Ceaseless. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, buddy. Let's see. Ceaseless1 also says, happy 50th anniversary hip hop. Yeah.
Ceaseless is a legend.
All right. Fire.
Some gear. Send that man some gear.
That's right. Okay.
Cap need to be one of those guests that we was talking about, AD. One of those guests that come in on one of the nights on the song promotion and give us some of the backstory, because we be speculating on his art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Catching one of those nights like this. I wish.
For sure. All right. Next, now we got a track here from Ange B Element. Let's go.
That's the songstress?
Yes. This track is called Butterfly.
Classic.
And Priest can hear. He's in the background.
I'm coming over there.
Mad love to the Podcraft and the fam. Dedication to everybody and their families and the youth. And the producers that sample more songs like this. Peace. Morning light, silken dreams take flight as the darkness gave way to the dawn. You survived, now your moment has arrived, and your dreams have finally been born. Black butterfly sailed across the waters. Tell your sons and daughters what the struggle brings. Black butterfly set the skies on fire. Rise up even higher, so the ageless winds of time can catch your wings. Butterfly.
Hey.
Denise Williams in the joint, the Black Butterfly, classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Beautiful voice.
Very nice. Shout out to the lovely Ange B Element. That was Butterfly. And you can check that out in the description. She has her email if you guys want to do collabs. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see. Yes, Priest is listening. Okay, next now we got a track by Lord Galaxar. It's called YAMAC.
Yo.
Hey. That was dope.
Instrumental in the background.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah. The different levels of vocalization, that are there. And the beauty that come along with music is how it can be reused over time, and repurposed. So I like the Can't Make joint. You see what I'm saying? Y'all remember Cap and Raekwon and Ghostface. This joint was on Iron Man. That was a beautiful joint in the background. You see what I'm saying? To add to it, and then for him to take that vibe and energy and repurpose it and do it his way. You see what I'm saying? He did it his way. That sound kind of like the Bay. Is he from the Bay?
I don't know where he's from.
It was kind of giving me that Bay energy vibe. You know what I'm saying? That E40D shot kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's in the chat here. He says he's from the Gamma Quadrant, so that could be anywhere.
Hey, he took us to the Gamma Quadrant, okay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he had the Hawk Mac energy going on. You see what I'm saying? That's the beautiful thing about music and then hip hop in specific, how things can be repurposed and used. You see what I'm saying? It was there. He did his thing.
Yes, sir. All right. Do you want to say anything, Napah?
Yeah, the last guy, Galaxar, his name.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very cutting edge. I like that about him.
Nice. All right.
Art is not one way. You see what I'm saying? So I put respect for that.
All right. Next now, we got a track here by DJ Aurora Borealis.
Hey.
It's called Science Part 2, produced by Aurora Borealis.
They nailed me to the cross. Both arms, both palms, both feet. Blessed be the humble me who seek him righteous, who seek peace, who don't eat fat. And my face struck me with their fists, smote me after my trial. Before my crucifixion, mocked me, laughed at me, called me out of my name, canonical gospel. Do you feel the passion of the Christ? Part 2, beatitude. Pontius Pilate, my palate. I was left speechless, preachless, abandoned by my own disciples who knelt beside me in the temple for sure. To the eye, the rooster crowed 3 times. I was denied each line, each rhyme for my prophetic roll, Sanhedrin blindfold, beating the door, long roll, crown of thorn, wooden staff as a scepter, receptor. No doctor around, but I couldn't break the law of nature. Had to fulfill the earth cry, earthquake, shake, bake, Ferg Lake, and testify. Volcanic eruptions, the eagles, hawks, falcons, rain, sword all over New York, Hell's Kitchen. A dark cloud formed in the sky, Brooklyn, Verrazano, narrow. I seen the devil with a pitchfork pierced to the side of my chest cavity. Gravity poured out, water, blood, on top of the mud. Passion of the Christ, part 2, 5 holy wounds represented each bubble. BK, Manhattan, Bronx, Staten Island, Queen, Palms, adjacent to my wrist, aligned to my arms. Vertical beam, incredulity, Thomas, 360-degree circle of 1,000 miles per hour, rotating rhombus. They free the thieves, accused murderers in the homicide unit, including Barabbas, Abba, Father, Eli, Lamasa back to now. I'm running out of breath. Everything is getting blurry. My physical is metamorphing into the metaphysical. New body, quantum, mechanical, cold as the planet poles. Refurbished, set of bronchioles, papyrus portfolios. When I speak, it reach the.
All right, that was Science Part 2 from Aurora Borealis. I mean, the mix was better compared to the other stuff you did before. The mix was better. You're getting better. Keep going. Don't stop. Y'all got anything to say?
That was Pharrell's advice as well. You see what I'm saying? Keep boosting, keep pushing the line. I think that gave me like the Royal Fam, Sons of Man Killer Army space.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got a boom bap space, but there's a boom bap space that's specific to like Lost Children of Babylon. You know what I mean? Like Vinny Paz and them, Jedi Mind Tricks. You see what I'm saying? Like there's an element in space where that's what that is right there. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of gave me that great is that Killah and Sons of Man feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved, if I can just add, I really always love all of the submissions on here. Even the ones that I don't really understand, like maybe it's not the genre that I'm used to. I think they're very creative, and Aurora Borealis is really great. So I like the beat on that. Yeah. I like the beat on that. It reminds me of movie soundtrack.
Right.
So I just want to add that. Thank you.
Nice. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's see. Coming up next, we got a track here by Tone Live featuring Pace One, Mr. Len, AURC.
Okay. Outsiders.
Yep. Here we go.
Let's go. Just as Vinny Paz, a graffiti writing tyrant, a real B-boy, shady as the white rapper from Detroit that I help mold. I'm so bold, you get frostbite standing by me. I'm so cold, freezing. All MCs, they start sneezing. Making any records without me is like treason. My script is what you rappers stick to, it's like adhesion. If rap was sold hand to hand, I'd be the reason. A seasoned up veteran, back to get settled in. I'm Tom Brady. Just Edelman, I'm Kobe Bryant, you Steve Nash. You get scared when you see me, you breathe fast. I got my G pass on smash, I'm all good. The only fucking crip living in a blood hood. It's a gift and a curse, knock on wood. When I step on the block, I'm like Suge. Rap is like driving a car with no fluids. Even though I know I shouldn't, I still do it.
dope. I like that. That was cool. What's that?
That's Jersey hip hop all day.
Yeah,
That's Jersey hip hop all day.
that was fire.
Yeah, that Pace reference to the Outsiders being on the score. If y'all remember Cowboys, you see what I'm saying? I think that might have been one of the first times cats had heard Rod Digger, together with Lauryn Hill. So that's historical monumental in my Busta Rhymes voice. You see what I'm saying? So that and his influence and the Outsiders' influence on Eminem. So that was the Shady reference too, because he was in the hood around the way, and they helped kind of influence his style and his rhyme cadence as well. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right, Napah, you want to say anything?
Yes, I thought I heard a sample from like MC Light or no.
I don't know.
I used to love MC Light, and I think her brothers are audio too, right? You will know that Knowledge Born, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked it. I liked it just from that alone.
Yeah, and she was writing her rhymes, so she had to deal with that first. Like one of the first female MCs that had to deal with that, accusation that other people was writing her rhymes. So she was kind of one. She had to deal with that.
Priest said it was the in one ear and right out the other.
Oh, so it was MC Light, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I liked it.
Ish, brother.
Shout out to MC Light and Audio 2 and to the brother. What's the name of the artist?
He said that's from Paper Thin. The name of the artist was Tone Live, featuring Pace One, Mr. Len, AURC.
Nice. Audio 2, yes. Shout out to the Podcraft. I love Audio 2.
Hell yeah. All right, next now we've got a track submission from Lance Mitchell. Track is called Poison.
No mosquito tonight? We ain't got
no mosquito.
My feelings is hurt. Hello.
Why you do me like this? Why you hurt me? Make me feel like this. You know I can't stand it, my heart's in knots. But deep inside myself, I know that my blood clots. I don't know if this is wrong on a lonely night. I'm down on myself if this was ever right. Bitch, you're poisonous. 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 Bitch, you're poisonous. You corrupt my soul. Make it darker like an endless hole. You corrupt my mind. Make me feel more. You make me cold inside. I know this ain't right. Bitch, you're poison in my life. I've searched for the wrong one. I found you and I thought I'd won. Inside my heart, I know you, I know you, I know you're poison through and through. Got you in my life, but inside I know that you are poison with the things that you call me up at night. I don't know why. Tell me I'm the only one. I know this ain't right. You are poisonous. Poisonous. I can't take this doubts and lies that you dismiss. I think I love you, but you act like it's nothing. Give you my all, but you said that I'm bluffing. Poisonous bitch.
Hey.
Bitch, you're poisonous. You rip me up inside.
Give it up. That was Lance Mitchell with Poison. That was cool. Uplifting. Do you know what I'm saying? Shouting out that girl, letting her know how toxic she is with that poisonous. What you said, Priest? Hey. Priest said that was dope. He said he was there at that video. He was at the shoot, right? Yeah. In Alaska.
Wow, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I like the retro feel they kind of went with, and the beautiful thing about art, I think I'll compare this since it's the vocalist, not necessarily in the vocalist lane, but the concept of the song. Like D'Angelo had Brown Sugar. We don't know who he's talking about. Like the visual adds some context, but we don't know if that's what he's saying. It could be, something in himself that he thinks is holding him back. You see what I'm saying? So he's kind of trying to separate it from himself. It could be something that he's battling, or, it could be procrastination. It could be a bunch of things. So, art isn't something that we can pigeonhole. But I like the expressionism in regards to the visual for those who might look at it first. You see, they might look at that and grab a hold to that first, but I think there's some depth there to the artistry. I would be interested in, seeking to figure it out. Or it might just be him overcoming a relationship, like seeing his value, seeing his worth, and it's like, all right, I'm moving away from that, and I'm realizing that I can ascend from it. So just depends.
Yeah. All right, that was cool. So that concludes the song promotion segment. If you guys are interested in submitting tracks for the next episode on Monday, no call tonight. Go to killerpriest.tv/song promo. The link's in the description. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to thank, the beautiful Napah Shadah.
Thank you so much, Priest, for letting me come in. Thank you, AD. And to anyone out there who gained something from what I said, I want to say I love you very much for that. Thank you for resonating with me. You are truly one of the darkest minds of the light. Thank you for your beautiful input, Knowledge Born, and the Podcraft. I see you, Shannon. I love Shannon and everybody else too, but I just saw Shannon. So anyway, I just cut you off. You were about to say shout out to Napah Shadah and who else?
Shout out to Knowledge Born. Everybody cut Knowledge Born.
Did I cut Knowledge Born off?
No, you
I'm
did.
sorry.
No, you did. You did. That was AD before that.
Yeah.
Lose judgment. Well, shout out to Knowledge Born.
AD the man behind the curtain, man. He's like, yo, wrap it up, B.
Well,
wrap it up, B.
We actually got one last submission for a 1.5-minute song. Priest, you got time for a 1.5 minutes?
Yeah.
So yeah, because he already paid and it's right here, we're gonna give him this one last minute submission right here. So this is from Underland Fortress.
Hey.
Gotta be a thing.
Oh, it's a beat. That's hard. That's dope. I like those bass drums. That's tight. Underland Fortress. Shout out to Underland Fortress, Rage of the Sage. That was fire.
That was.
Y'all make sure you follow him on YouTube. By the way, the links to all of these tracks that we played in the song promotion are in the description box. So y'all can follow them on YouTube, their band lab, whatever they submitted with. They also may have left some emails, contact information. So we're very thorough in that description box. So feel free to check that out. But that was fire.
And remember, if you're not having a good time, you're wasting your time.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? That's real light. That's real love. And that was dope. Go ahead, Osborne.
That was fire. Definitely fire. And I love the fact that we get to see the progression, over time. You see what I'm saying? Like the level of range. So you might hear an artist, then you might get a chance to hear them dabbling in production. You see what I'm saying? And then coming together and producing and collaborating with another artist. All of these things coming together, and the craft is, holding space and room for that creativity. And so, Underland Fortress, that was a beautiful grand finale. You see what I'm saying? To put that boom in the back.
True.
Yeah. The great Napah Shadah.
I praise you're the greatest.
The great.
All of you out there, I want to stir up some controversy because I'm getting a lot of hate texts. This is the GOAT of the universe and especially the internet. Now what? Can I get some bomb drop? You don't have to be the biggest with all the subscribers, but this is the best channel on the internet. Y'all are pushing me to my demon side.
Demon.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Stay on the God side, Napah.
I'm on the God side. This is God. God is a demon.
Right. That's them little what you call them, the little dust them off. Like
right. I'm dusting them off. Thank you. But I just want to tell the truth. God is truth. Look at the beautiful vibe here. It's like the people are so on a high level. They're learning. Even if they don't resonate with what you say, they sit back and they listen. And then Knowledge Born, you went in with so much information. Bless you. And I just love it here. I mean, I love the technology. I love the narcheology. I will continue to return and humbly attend the Podcraft and all that goes on here. All right, let me mute out. That's the last thing I'll say.
All right. Yo, man, AD, got any last words?
That's it. If you guys want to check out underneath this video, you'll see also some merchandise available in case you want to get a Killah Priest Podcraft t-shirt, a zip-up hoodie, premium, cups, and click around the store. You might even see an apron you can get. So when you're in the kitchen, check out the Killah Priest Podcraft merchandise under the video. Yeah.
Hey.
Snapbacks.
We out.
Yeah. See y'all on Monday.
Silent hurricane, balance the yin and yang. Quiet noise as the earth is hit by a fiery asteroid, Big Bang. Thick rain on the wings of the astral plane. The unexplained, the sun sustains, shining upon the 6 sectillion tons of terrain. Y'all know her name, Earth. 21 ciphers she gained, then birth, Africa, then Earth, and Kemet. Beneath the endless universe, the interest of King Menace, mushrooms and herbs, perfumes, bathrooms to purge, her womb, black rule and serve, from castle to fat moon observe, absorb the all, summer, spring, winter, and fall, upper plains, senses evolve, lovers change, remember recall, we throw too many baby showers, before getting to know the baby's father, she said the government gave me power, she gave his name to the state, now he plagued with horrors. We celebrate those who come home from jail more than we celebrate those who come home from college. Do the knowledge, think about it, do some research, remove the 400-year curse. Underwear, be prepared, it's Mr. Universe, priesthood. Today the grandparents are transparent. Came a long way across the transatlantic. Rain, strong waves, pale man panics. Tiny ship was tossed, lost in the tides like the Titanic. Before we arrived, there was tribe that resided in the canyon. Then Columbus and the Spaniards taught Taínos to speak Spanish. Bilingual Negro was sandwiched. Conquistadors reached the shores. Brung they priests to meet the Moors. Cannonballs, Greeks with swords. Planet evolved, dinosaurs. Creation story, minds explored. Nations poorly, Mayan wars. Anunnaki, mining for Nubian gold. The beauty was sold, Natufian scrolls. Shashu, Sufis were old. It's the universe. Priest. I'm in a room that's cubic, meditating like a Buddhist. Beneath the moon that's bluish. No clothes, I'm exposed like a nudist. My soul rainbows, angels movement. In the house tetragonal, inflammable. East and the west, dragon moves. Up the planet's avenue, forming rings around Saturn too. Saw shapes the rhombic and monoclinic. Quantum physics, snakes in space unnumbered. Triclinic, 5 prisms, my image, finally hexagonal. When you look in depth, it's magical. To connect through text, imaginable. To move alphabets, mathematical. Horizontal, vertical, and lateral. Get in tune with the crystals. You will soon search new birth for Mr. Universe.